War3Champions Finals, everybody. We got one last series for you, and then we either have a back-to-back champion and happy, or the biggest surprise in Warcraft 3 in years. When was the last time that we had a run like this into a proper grand final by someone who not even everybody knows?
Well, I would have said our good friend Yaz, but everyone knows him, of course. He's a legend. But yeah, the 2015 WCA run was kind of like that. I think that was lower bracket to grand finals against at the time, the best player in the world, I think, in Fly 100%. So that's a good run. Obviously, there were bigger stakes there, and it was offline. But here, definitely LabyRinth. Very, very unknown player, making a very, very huge run here. Like, again, it's just what a hero run. 7 series? 7? Are you kidding me?
It's incredible. Like, especially from the Korean scene. When was the last time we had such a rise in the Korean scene? I think Soin in season 9 comes kind of close.
Yeah.
But apart from that, yeah, Sok and Chemico, of course, but they're always there and also there for like 7 years or something. This is almost unheard of in the scene, to have a new Korean player rising to the top.
Yeah, and there is a piece
Dream
of
rises to the top.
Yes, Macho Man.
always. There's a very important piece of information I've been saving until this potentially happens, and I don't know this for sure, but I did have a conversation after the day that LabyRinth lost to Happy and got dropped down to the lower bracket, and then I asked the question to some of my fellow NA friends. I said, do you think LabyRinth, because LabyRinth is such a cognitive player, he's so smart when it comes to strategy, and he's certainly going to be smart when it comes to the bracket itself. I asked the question, do you think LabyRinth is gangster enough to lose to Happy in the upper bracket, knowing that even if he beat Happy, Happy would just make it to the lower bracket to save strategies? Is LabyRinth willing to go to the lower bracket to grind through and just play? Because remember, he played Ted Fiend's one base. We were confused. We were like, why isn't he playing Lich? Why isn't he expanding? Why isn't there different wacky strats? Is LabyRinth enough of a gangster to lose to Happy, knowing he'll make it to the grand finals, just to save all the strats for the grand finals so he doesn't have to beat Happy twice, with Happy having known what he's going to do? Is that a possibility? If anyone's going to do it, I think it would be LabyRinth. This is how this guy thinks. I swear. He might have something new here prepared.
This is incredible pick and ban. This is so cool to see. Remo Demo, would you please tell the audience what the first map of the grand final is?
What the hell?
First time, I believe, this tournament, Lost Temple.
Lost?
Tidehunters.
Oops.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I was about to talk out.
And Secret Valley and Concealed Hill and Rusty Creek. Lots of weird maps in here, in these possible 6 maps. But Lost Temple being the weirdest by far, and I love it.
Dude, I think this is so smart by LabyRinth. We saw this before in the past pick and bans. He tries to make things weird. These Rusty Creek picks are not normal. The Secret Valley picks are not normal. And now we kick this grand final off on Lost Temple. That's the strat for Lab. Like, I challenge you to matches on maps where your creep routes are not 100% refined, where you don't know 100% perfectly where to move and when to move. This is pretty smart, I'd say, and might open up the way to a great grand final.
Yeah, this is crazy. I literally had to download the map when we joined right now. That's how little we see this. Last time I saw Happy on this, he was playing off race against Dice and went Blade Master, but this time it's fully serious. No random from Happy. It's gonna be the Undead Mirror.
Unbelievable scenes, everybody. This is the grand final. We take a look at the bracket. What happened before Happy, of course. His 3 accounts were on top of the ladder. That is why he got the number 1 seed. He made it through LabyRinth already in the quarterfinal. Then Focus fell to him, and also Foggy, losing 1 map total on his way to the grand final, where he has the 1-0 lead. For LabyRinth, a whole different story. Into the play-in stage, where he defeated Cini, 15 Sway, then of course the loss to Happy, but an insane lower bracket run, 2-0 Sock, 2-1 Colorful, 2-1 Focus, 3-2 Foggy, absolute marathon man. But the biggest task is yet to come. Can he crown this run in the grand final versus Happy? Or will it be Big Demi in the end taking it all once again? And at Mir, this is it. This is Lost Temple.
If there ever was a fast expansion, ever was a macro map, it's this one. This could get real weird. And dude, I think this is the one map where Dreadlord is not trash. I think here, it might be a good choice.
I think so too. LabyRinth got famous with his Dreadlord plays, and Happy is the one with the Dreadlord! Okay,
Oh my
guys.
god.
Now we're talking. Here we go. Here we go.
Hell yeah, baby.
We saw this in series of Happy versus 120, but on 120's side. Was Happy ever playing Dreadlord first? Was he the one playing Dreadlord in the series with 120?
Yeah, he played once on Echo Isles, Dreadlord first.
True. All right. So this is what we get. And with the Dreadlord, you kind of need this fast expansion, or you want that fast expansion. But look at the starting positions. It's close position. That is bad for the fast expansion, especially when you're up against Lich first, which is what LabyRinth is doing.
Honestly, the best thing LabyRinth can do is play super aggro. He saw the Acolyte scouting him, so he may know where Happy is spawned if he has that all worked out. I think the best thing he can do is play hyper aggro with this Lich, but he's a macro player. He likes playing 2-base. He likes making these games weird, so he's willingly gonna put this game or force this game into a 2-base scenario.
Yeah, Lich first, ghouls, and then I say, why not both? Why not expand first and then go for the pressure? You can definitely do it. You have more tempo than your opponent. Dreadlord is slow, but super powerful in the late game. Lich is just super strong at every stage of the game.
Yeah, especially once the Lich gets level 4, he becomes really good with that Dark Ritual where he has endless mana, and once he gets level 5, he gets crazy, because Nova level 3 on endless mana supply is outrageous. There's one ace up the Dreadlord sleeve, and that is level 6. One of the firstly, coolest, but also best ultimates in the game. But yeah, the Dreadlord is not known for being the best hero in the game, but if he gets to 6, I mean, if both players get established and the game slows down enough and it's even, I almost want to say like Happy will need level 6 at some point.
Or, you know, great decision-making, perfect army compositions, everything he does on a daily basis, maybe even in his sleep. So yeah, the hero choices are definitely favoring LabyRinth for now, but Lost Temple is so weird. Like, how can you make predictions of what's going to happen? LabyRinth scouting this, they have the perfect information. Does Happy already know about the fast expansion? I think he just assumes it from all the knowledge he got.
It's fun to see the map again. Just looking at the mini-map is entertaining on this map. It's such a huge map, dude. It's ridiculous. If you guys ever played 2v2, you will know that this is one of the certainly bigger maps in 2v2. One of the biggest in 2v2. And yeah, we play it in 1v1. This could be quite fun. I hope we're going to have a long series here. Lost Temple is one of the maps where 30-minute marks can be cracked quite easily. Concerning for the Lich, by the way, doesn't have a TP anymore, so sleeps around is a real danger.
Uh-oh. Also, the ghouls all hurt. Uh-oh, here's the sleep. Needs a counter surround. Instantly goes for it. Okay, the Sandman not working out too well, but the Carrion Swarm does. And that is such a great timing for the Ritual Dagger. Everything a little bruised, but perfect value. Now it's also night. You can go to the fountain, and both players establish their second base. Labby a little faster, but Happy is closer to level 3.
Yeah, Happy just used 250 mana to get one ghoul kill. That was not the most efficient thing, but he kind of scared the Lich away from the middle as well. He's going to be able to creep up here more and indeed get that level 3. And here's where the game begins. Before level 3, Dreadlord pretty trash, but now with level 2 Carrion, not that bad anymore.
Exactly, especially against ghouls. And later against gargoyles as well. This is pretty powerful! Supernova onto the null. This was big. And now this is a great AoE on both sides, which is oftentimes going for great maps. Another Nova, another kill, and of course Dark Ritual on a little bit.
Carrion hits again. Hadouken, as you might say. And the Lich starting to look quite a bit better. This is the difference in strength. Lich, one of the strongest heroes in the game. Dreadlord, one of the weakest heroes in the game. But in the hands of Happy, this might still change. And this is a big problem. When fast expanding with the Dreadlord, you are normally reliant on mana potions with the Dreadlord, but on tier 1, of course, not available. And this is where the Lich has the big edge with that Dark Ritual.
Yeah.
And once he gets level 2 Dark Ritual, it's going to get even crazier.
Exactly. And here on Lost Temple, you can creep quite fast. The camps are big and definitely doable. This camp in the middle, by the way, 2 big items. You don't want to give this up to your opponent. Maybe that's what LabyRinth is aiming for. Happy wants to contest it. We get a second crypt up. We get the graveyard up. Everything is faster for LabyRinth so far.
All right. Tier 2 gonna be reached kind of soon. Seems like Happy really wants to put some pressure on the Lich, not just go into a free creeping game. If you want to play very passive, you could, for example, go to the left-hand side and start creeping the gold mines there. But both, of course, also sold their TP, so being far away from your base is a danger in and of itself. Dreadlord going for the mobility items, boots and staff. We've seen, especially against human, how effective that carry and harass can be. Against acolytes, perhaps a little bit harder.
Oh, LabyRinth is only at 60%. He doesn't have a staff. Happy got one. This can be super good with carry and swarm, but he has only one of them. Everything lines up. Not using it yet. Waiting for the ghouls to come in. LabyRinth doing damage against the ghouls. Defending this quite well so far. Of course, this is not as crucial as the normal base harass because he has that expo to make up for it. But that's big damage by Big Demi.
Yeah, a lot of kills here. However, the question is how many ghouls will be able to evacuate. And what about the Dreadlord? Well, he can't really die. He has the staff, so he's safe with that. But more ghouls for Happy are falling. And the Necropolis almost finished, where LabyRinth then can remake these acolytes. But that certainly cost him a lot of gold.
All right, look at the experience graph. It's going clearly in favor of LabyRinth, actually, because he killed so much. The gold graph on the opposite side, where Happy has the lead now, but 3.4. Lich is inches away from 4, and you are screaming from the rooftops for years now how strong this Lich level 4 is.
Yeah, in the past it was because of the +4 intelligence meme, but more importantly, it's level 2 Dark Ritual, which is crazy strong in combination with Skellies. Happy's not done yet, though. Looking for more damage. Playing a unconventionally aggressive game here so far, I want to say.
Remo, we're going into Gargoyle Mirror.
Wait.
Yeah.
Who's better at that, Nova or Carrion?
Oh, he cancelled it. Goes for Gargs again now. Maybe he didn't want to show it. That's a good question. Like, late game, Vamp Aura is obviously insane. But maybe you can queue a Dreadlord yourself later at 3rd. I think just thanks to the movement speed, it's Nova. But also, like, there's damage caps on both. Uncharted territory.
I think there's nothing better in the game against Gargs the Lich level 5. I think a Lich level 5 beats a Panda level 5, actually. So
due to the sheer amount of spells usable with Nova, right?
Yeah, endless mana, endless Novas, and no damage cap, by the way. Frost Nova, one of the few AoE spells without a damage cap. And also 8 seconds slow with an 8-second cooldown. Yeah, that's also pretty crazy.
Also Mana Stone, pretty good, eh? DK arrives on both sides. Happy wants the big trophy in the middle. Gargoyles are coming in. First slow, first gargoyle kill in no time. And that is air superiority for LabyRinth so far, claiming the middle for himself.
Yeah, we see here firsthand very clearly who is the stronger hero. It is the Lich, clearly showing that he's better than the Dreadlord. Happy perhaps regretting his choice of going Dreadlord here because, yeah, he's being punished for it right now.
Ah, you know Happy. He wanted to please the crowd as he always does.
Yeah, that's always a big priority.
Yeah.
True.
Oh, no.
Oh, nice sleep, though, to secure the last hit. And that goes to Happy here. Almost level 4 now on the Dreadlord.
Is it time for Aura, then?
Yeah, I think, or level 2 sleep is also really good. But, I mean, the Aura is, I guess, too good to give up. But LabyRinth seems in control. Something that only very few players were able to do so far this tourney against Happy.
Oh, second Mana Stone for LabyRinth. And there's not even stat use to back this up. This is insane mana regen for LabyRinth, who's also floating 1,000 gold, unwilling to break into upkeep. And tier 3 is done. Okay. Yeah, Dreadlord it is. Dude, this is a game with 2 Dreadlords in it, Remo. We've been casting together for 14 years. This might be first.
Where's Side, by the way? I haven't seen Side yet. Is Side missing these games today with all these Dreadlords?
Unbelievable. Red spot. Last hit Nova for sure.
Oh my god!
Oh my god, dude!
What is going on with these items?
Yes, people, we rigged it for a full-out grand final.
Hand-picked items over here for LabyRinth. Not bad.
Oh, these Nova are so sick. Oh, steal by Labby. Now the silence, though. He has a TP to get out on the DK, which he might use, and the Lich is separated.
The Lich!
Thanks to
He's
the
stuck.
sleep. He is.
No.
Can you wake him up and run? Can he wake him up and run? There's another sleep, though. There's another sleep. There's a surround. Can he Nova his way out?
No.
He has Nova in 1. They can't use it. And that's the first big move for Happy.
Oh, and suddenly the lead is gone. Huge mistake. Honestly, unforgivable mistake. TPing out of range of the first hero. That changes everything.
You see it in the total value. This dive is deep. Red spot for Happy, who's getting closer and closer to 5. Lich also inches away. He's getting the second red spot. He's getting Lich level 5.
Yeah, right?
Infernal Stone and stuff. I don't know what you think is weird about it. I see this every day in FFA. Blue's Dragon, not necessarily great.
Is that the guy with the frost attack? Yeah,
yes,
right?
Yes.
So that's super trash, especially against gargoyles.
Yes,
well,
it's not that great, but you can sell it.
At least that's probably like 400 gold or something.
That's a million gold, dude. Oh man. Battle Bongos on the other side. That's quite nice. That's +5 on the melee attack of Gargs, and that's also, of course, more lifesteal.
Getting ready for a third base, gentlemen. At least on Happy's side, LabyRinth not doing this yet. But he got the level 5 on the Lich, which is stupidly strong. But Happy seems to have regained confidence.
Yeah. Expansion on the island. That's nice. LabyRinth not going to the bottom right-hand side. I hope he knows that that there's no Zeppelin necessary anymore. At least in the bottom. Yeah, not in the bottom. Nowhere, actually. But yeah, we open up all the mines here. This game could go long.
Hells yeah. High-level heroes. This is starting to look like FFA over here. Triple
Exactly.
hero, level 5. Maybe we're gonna see some ultimates. I certainly hope so. That would be so sick if that's the difference maker in the end. The goddamn Infernal.
It is one of the strongest late-game ultimates there is, that's for sure. Dreadlord 5, Lich 5. DK even, but the Dreadlord for LabyRinth is a lot stronger. There's no TP, but he's right next to the shop. Does he want to take this fight or just get level 3? Not getting it. Uh-oh, these Gargs. This not looking good at all. Air superiority for Happy. Shadow Priest still standing. Why is he staying in this fight? He's losing everything. Ooh.
Happy completely owning this fight thanks to Sleep. Sleep here turning out to be so strong. Of course, the Lich level 5 is crazy strong, but if he's always slept, it doesn't matter. And the next gigantic mistake by LabyRinth. You have to have destroyers. You must have destroyers. Obviously, they have a tough time against Gargs, but with Micro, you can keep them alive. You must have destroyers against Sleep. There's no way around it.
Yeah.
LabyRinth doesn't respect that fact enough, and earlier he lost the lead. Now he has given Happy the lead.
I was wrong, actually. It's not the Drake. It's the Overseer with Devotion Aura and Chaos damage.
Wait, it's 3 armor? It's +3 armor. Okay, that's pretty sick, actually.
Carrion Swarm, but man, this is looking like a Happy takeover. Twice the supply. Another base coming up. These Gargoyles just reign supreme. I think Gargs are a trap at this point. Lich in trouble. Needs a coil, gets a coil. TP.
Level 3 Nova, though.
Yeah, careful. That's a lot of experience. Another coil is ready in a second. And there we go. 5/3/3 heroes, super powerful on both sides, of course. Mana is ready, maybe on the Dreadlord, but the DK has his arm already up almost. 3 base, a totally normal thing in one-on-one Warcraft, but Happy is still hungry for more.
Happy's got almost double the supply right now. Happy in full control, beautiful play with the Dreadlord. It wasn't really the Carrion that, that he got the most mileage out of. It was the sleep.
Yeah.
This sleep made this game so far for him. And LabyRinth was not prepared. Again, I say, destroyers. He needs destroyers against the sleep.
He's getting double temple, destroyers, and web. Transition away from Gargs, and I think this is smart, into Fiends, Banshees, and destroyers then. That is probably the most powerful army you can go for.
Sappers.
Uh-oh, he doesn't see it. He has no idea. He can't react.
Happy's just everywhere. Happy's absolutely everywhere.
Kaboom! And he even takes the Acolyte with him, of course.
And the Ziggurat.
And the Ziggurat. Both of them.
How is he so on point with everything all the time? What a showing.
Incredible. Incredible game. But this is Lost Temple. This might not be over if LabyRinth gets a little more time, of course. It's 4 bases now. This is bad. But it's also no upkeep, so that evens out the economy a little bit. LabyRinth needs a play, though. This switch of strategies has to work. There's no silence, so maybe possession, but possession on what? On Gargs? On destroyers? On statues? He can't possess anything, so it's just about curse and anti-magic, which is strong enough in itself, but oh man, I fear for LabyRinth.
Happy could just make 100 supply ghouls with 3/3 upgrades.
Oh yeah, that's that's
just against Lich, yeah, just do it. Just make more ghouls,
That's how Lawlight defeated him when it was reversed races.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fun strat with the Dreadlord. To be fair, against level 5 Lich, also quite dangerous to go for. There's many things Happy can do, though. Frankly, Frostworms might not be the worst idea.
Yeah, I mean, there's Nova, there's Web, Anti-Magic Shell. LabyRinth needs the greatest plays. Banshees with Master Training are coming. Happy not following. Again, the shades on the map, so good. LabyRinth follows up in that regard. Just continues to go straight on Gargs. 3/3 upgrades. Yep. That's a big advantage on top of all the other advantages.
Wow. How fast is this 3/3? Did he have double graveyard? No, right? Just spamming upgrades non-stop.
Yep.
And that's a big help here for these Maz Gargs. Happy in complete control this game. It started off so good for LabyRinth. But I'm sorry, guys, if you heard it too many times already, but it's still the truth. If you make a mistake against Happy, he punishes you harder than anybody else.
Yeah, that was an insane comeback. Carrion Swarm hits well, but only 2 Acolytes dead. The rest remains. 100 supply Happy. Is there a scarier sentence in Warcraft 3?
Yeah, with perhaps ultimate soon to be reached. I want to see that Infernal, though. Let's go, baby.
A town is under siege.
Double heal scroll. Amazing items. That is +8 on the DK, so hero focus. Doesn't work. Ghoul is taking this one apart. Shade is scouting for another expansion. 2 base versus 4. The gold income is now swinging back in Happy's favor. Wait. When did he kill the gold mine?
Sappers?
Yeah, must have been.
Wait, which gold one are you talking about? In the south?
The 6 o'clock.
Bro, I thought I had Alzheimer's. What the hell? We
Wait,
just saw that a little while ago.
Yeah, I mean, but didn't he rebuild it? Or was the
I don't think so. All right, but there is still
It's a long day.
There's still one saving grace. It's called Arash the Summoner. He has the level 3 Nova. And if there's one way to win this game, it's endless Novas against these Gargs. I think Happy knows that this one is not in the bag yet this game. You can't just click in and hope for the best because Lich on the other side is so strong.
And we're getting to 80 pop for LabyRinth. He has 700 gold still left. He's a little bit low on the lumber department. Oh yeah, this is again so much experience, and he creeps this in seconds. LabyRinth lurking for the creep check though. Big item gone. What we got? This is the demonic figurine. Can be dispelled, but until then, the Doomguard is pretty good. Sleep on the Dreadlord, also a sentence I didn't say too often in my caster career. Carrion Swarm Nova. These Banshees in gargoyle range, and they're getting annihilated. Doomguard, everything raining down, literally. Happy taken over. He still has 1,200 gold left, burning through the heal scrolls instantly after the Carrion. It's not healthy enough anymore. LabyRinth is getting destroyed in this fight.
The Lich finally woken up, now Happy's out of mana. The DK for LabyRinth in trouble though as well. Has to TP out. He was perhaps about to turn this fight around again with the strength of the Lich, but Lich leaves the fight with 300 mana. He can't get active. He doesn't have the opportunity because he slept all the time. And Happy wins this game with a goddamn Dreadlord first.
Nice game. Very fun game. It was only 20 minutes, but, you know, I think we got almost everything we wanted out of that. We got 100 supply. We didn't get the Dreadlord ultimate, but we got to see everything crept. We got to see those red camp items. We got to see, 4 or 5 bases from Happy. Lost Temple provides, and the Dreadlord works out. Although, yeah, LabyRinth he was in a position. It was just that Lich loss. That was it. That was the big loss, and then obviously you never want to fight Happy at 100 supply though as well. Like a macro game versus Happy, his micro in these fights is ridiculous. So hard to deal with that sleep. So difficult.
Absolutely insane. God damn, Happy is good, but LabyRinth makes this fun with weird map picks and also weird timings and strategies in general. Was that already his biggest chance? Was that the moment? Was that the map that he has to win to stand a chance in the grand final? Now it's 2-0 Happy.
Had to be, right? Had to be. And he made it only a couple of real big mistakes. I think everything else was quite nicely done from LabyRinth, but yeah, that was probably the most comfortable position LabyRinth's going to be in this series. But we'll see if he has something else up his sleeve.
Has to. And how is he dealing with pressure? We don't really know. When the series were 1-1, he didn't crumble at all. There he showed his best performances. Now we go from the biggest map in the pool to one of the smallest maps in the pools. And this is exactly where Happy wants to play. This is Happy's choice. This is Tidehunters.
Tidehunters, all right. The classic Lichmere map, it feels like at this time. Very easy expansion. Marketplace. All the good things you want for a Lich. Easy level 3 accessibility. Would not be surprised to see a Lichmere here. Would be very surprised to see LabyRinth go back to his roots in this tournament with Ted Fiends. I don't think we're going to be seeing that this series. I think it will be Lich on both sides.
All right, before we go into this, 5 gifted subs from an anonymous gifter. Thank you very much also to Serrano for the 8-month resub. Hope everybody is having a great Sunday. Thank you guys for the support. 3,700 people. That game, my ass.
Based. For the last time this tournament. I promise.
We'll see, we'll see. This is a Lichmere, as you called. LabyRinth is a lot slower, though. Where's the second ziggurat? There we go.
Interesting. Yeah. I was going to say, both their altars are quite far away, so those should be a little bit... Both kind of have identical base builds. I really do like, for some reason, just the look of LabyRinth's base. It seems very safe. Don't know what it is. Looks nice. You got to respect an aesthetically pleasing base build.
Exactly. Maybe he's a gardener in next to his coaching duties. He decorates this really, really well, but we got to decorate this map in blood and death. We want high-level liches, but there, Happy is almost untouchable. Nobody has better mana management than the Russian. Is he going for insta-aggression?
Oh, Happy. He might be...
What the hell?
He might be predicting... Again, this goes back to LabyRinth perhaps saving strats for the grand finals. He might be predicting Ted Fiends here with the insta-lich aggression. Because he normally, like when he plays against Lucy, for instance, in Lich Mirror, I think this is my last memory of Happy playing an Undead Mirror that I casted, he would just expand right away.
Yeah, and I wonder why he's not doing that. LabyRinth already replacing Acolytes. TP sold. He wanted to go for an expansion. This is, of course, also a counter to a fast expansion. Nobody's teching yet. It's just Lich, Ghouls, and aggression. Oh!
Nova's come in. 2 Acolytes have fallen so far, but as you mentioned, they're already being replaced. 1 Ghoul will die. I believe that's the 2nd of its kind. No, 3rd of its kind. And Lich gets level 2 on the side of Labyrinth. That's Dark Ritual. A huge XP lead because Happy spent so much time in transition. 1 Ghoul at risk of falling, but Happy just has to back away. He's got 1 Nova in the tank. Perhaps can take the green camp close by, but Labyrinth might be happy with that exchange. A 6 Acolyte yet again. Is Labyrinth really going to commit to this expo? Happy's already teching.
Ooh, this could be punished hard. But Labyrinth might be a stubborn fella. He pulls the Acolyte, goes for the expo. Maybe he thinks in a one-way scenario, I just can't beat you. I need that extra income, and I'll try. And it's nowhere easier than Tidehunters. And your first attack failed, so why not?
And even if Happy has a few extra ghouls because he's not investing into this expansion, if Labyrinth can secure level 3 Lich, we saw in the last game, it doesn't quite matter how many ghouls you get because everyone's gangsta until level 2 Nova hits a clump of ghouls. And that's very much a possibility here.
Lich for Labyrinth looking good. Claws, gloves, everything he ever wanted. But Happy is going for another attack, and this time Labyrinth is not ready for it.
It's almost good Labyrinth is expanding as opposed to attacking right now because this might be 5 dead Acolytes if Happy does everything right, which I'm sure he will. 1 Ghoul down to the Nova. Lich comes back in for Labyrinth with plenty of Novas himself, and Happy about to kill a couple of Acolytes, but his Lich is now the problem. He might need to TP out eventually from here.
Oh, he has a staff, though. Is that enough time? Labyrinth's not following. He wants more ghouls. He wants more experience. He wants to level 3 faster. He's on a good way for now. Might have to eat one of his own to get more mana. There we go. These Acolytes, dude. I fear for the income of Labyrinth. He's cleaning up a lot of ghouls, but the Lich is so ready. He says hello and goodbye to these Acolytes in just one swipe. What's even left of this base or of these armies in general? Not too many ghouls, but the Lich is not here at the expo, and Happy might be able to cancel it.
Yeah, level 3 from 2 more Ghoul kills on the side of Labyrinth, and Happy too low HP currently to cancel. Level 2 Nova is coming on over, so the gold mine seems like it will get up. Almost 5 Acolytes for Labyrinth, but the tier 2 nearly done for Happy. And now, what can Labyrinth do to buy enough time to equalize the tech disadvantage? It's going to be a long road for him till he has a Death Knight out himself.
The Lich level 3 might cover for this. I wonder, when is it a problem that he can't get anti-air?
Right. It's going to be quite a while. Absolutely. Some Spirit Towers, though, could make the difference. Wouldn't be surprised to see a Graveyard once this expansion is saturated. Maybe even at the expansion itself, a Graveyard in the second Ziggurat wouldn't be a bad call for Labyrinth. For now, he continues to creep. Happy, gonna secure that level 3 himself. And then we'll see what the follow-up is. Could just be also a counter expansion from Happy.
Yeah, definitely. Should be really easy. He doesn't have the resources yet because he spent it all on the DK. And wow, this is such a late tech though. And he still has to build Acolytes before he can even think about teching. I think the best play for Labyrinth is to do what Happy did the entire game. Just play the reverse card and dive into his base, especially when tier 3 starts, and try to hit Acolytes hard. Or do these dives to prevent the tier 3. But yeah, he has to prevent destroyers for as long as he can.
Yeah, I believe Labyrinth's waiting for the staff to be off cooldown in the shop before he does exactly what you're saying. Okay, now he could buy a Staff of Teleportation. Gets that. Should definitely get the staff. He gets boots. Definitely think he should grab that staff as well if he wants to dive in for the Acolytes, which I think you're entirely correct about. Oh, Happy, got to be careful. No Death Knight yet, but it now pops out perfectly on time to heal up that Lich.
Death Knight arrives at the perfect time indeed. Now Expo is saturated. Now we can start the tech at 7 minutes. Lich has to carry all by himself, I guess. Nice deny, prevents level 3. But this one, can you deny this one as well? Moves it back, doesn't mean you have to.
A player's forces are under attack.
Ghouls being chased. Nova on one of Labyrinth's ghouls. That's the second to go down. The first was denied. Oh, second deny in a row. Really nicely done. There's one more Nova. Will it go on the Lich or the DK? We have yet to find out. But DK, no more coils left, so perhaps the Lich is the better option. Labyrinth just, of course, trying to buy time. Does not want to allow Happy to get too far ahead in experience on the second hero. And the tech is coming through, but Happy nearly tier 3, 50% done there.
Yeah. Beautiful plays by LabyRinth, but it might just not be enough. He's switching the target now off the Lich onto the DK, who of course can't coil himself. And he has to run now, exposing the Lich a little bit. There's no mana currently on the Korean side. But Happy, have you ever seen him struggle so hard to get a level 3 Lich on Tidehunters? I didn't.
He needs just any kills. A skeleton would do it, and the skeleton is showing itself now. Happy's going to try to get it. He's got boots of speed. It might be able to get into the creeps.
Oh,
okay, no.
Not level 3 though.
He splits it with a DK by accident.
Wow, Happy imperfect. 2 XP short. That's annoying, but I guess map control is with him now. Goes back for the orb. Oh, is he really waiting for that? No. Leaves the base without the orb. Just the green, then he can fall back. All right, so the timing is working out. Still not even tier 2. Double Crypt is up. Thank you, J, for the 46-month resub. Again, the economy very well protected and Happy. Not even thinking about that second base. I wonder if that's the wrong call.
Yeah, because I think Happy, he could secure that second base. He has the control right now to do that, but I don't know if he has the DK levels to be able to push and break that expansion. If he's thinking about picking up a Dark Ranger and trying to break the Expo, I think the key to holding for Labyrinth is just to either focus that DK or focus the Lich, and there's only level 1 coil, and he's now tier 2 with the DK on the way himself. So Labyrinth, I think, could hold here. He's also got 3 Ziggurats, soon to be 3 towers at that Expo. Happy might be like not able to break this, I don't think.
It's definitely better than the winner bracket quarterfinal between the two. Labyrinth a level above yesterday. Just played himself into a frenzy. But Happy is charging up. Getting more and more map control. Shop first. Invo potion. Heal scroll. Yeah, Invo potion. Not getting it. Picks up the Dark Ranger. That's why he's broke. This is the biggest push so far. And Labyrinth has to hold.
A lot of ghouls. They need to not eat a Nova on all of them. Ideally, DK is about to be out. We'll be able to heal that Lich up. Labyrinth towering up the main base as well. Nova, but potion used. Nova lands on the ghouls of Happy now. Happy, how are you going to break this base, though? There's a tower about to be up in the back.
Oh, man. If this... The Spirit Tower is coming up. That's such a huge help.
Look at the positioning. Look at this. He can't get back to the Fiends.
Pretty insane, but also exposed. Supernova onto 3 Fiends. Acolytes ravaged as well. DK surrounded for Labby, and there's no way out. The healer is gone. He barely spent the second on the field. Destro coming in. He can dispel. It's being attacked. Long range survives, of course. No more mana for Happy, though. How long can he spend into this base?
Back. A couple of acolytes are falling, but the towers are now doing a ton of damage. All the ghouls are about to go down. 3 Fiends in the back. DK will be back soon. The Destro almost died at the towers. Happy is not breaking this base right now. Yes, he's doing damage, deny on the Fiend, but he's not going to win off of this, and then he's still going to be up against an expansion, although DK denied. Altar being rebuilt with the expansion immediately.
Okay, that's the smart choice. Distract you with the altar, rebuild it. Lich is still getting experience, close to level 4. Fiend denied again.
Oh, Orb gonna be denied now too. Okay, Happy maybe actually doing more than I estimated with this altar kill, with this shop kill. This makes a difference. That means no more statues. And look at the Orb timing. Just barely denied.
Wow, that was a split second. Needs to get the shop back up. Weapons coming in. That's at least a little bit of a solution against the destroyers, but the crypt is also falling. One of the two. Is there a second shop up already? Yes, there is. Lich has to defend or has to leave the home turf to just get the orb, because otherwise he's not competitive. LabyRinth holding on to dear life in his own base, and Happy about to defy Warcraft 3 physics here by fighting into an undead base and not losing.
Yeah, how could I doubt Happy? I thought he wasn't going to be able to win off this, but it looks like he's just doing more and more damage. He could, if only he crept his expansion, this would be a classic timing for Happy to just expo behind this. This is what he's been doing so often recently, but he just wants to win. He just wants to break the base, and he might be doing it.
We got an appointment later. Let's blaze through this winner bracket. The destroyers, they're tearing down the statue. That's the second one gone. Finally, an orb online for LabyRinth, but he's losing his entire base against it. There's Nova. But there's also coils, acolytes suffering. These towers do so much damage. Destroyer caught, healed, caught again. Fiend is down, level 3 DK. This almost did. Statue taken out, but now also level 2 Dark Ranger. It took forever. The Destro finally falls. LabyRinth trailing 35 pop. Finally, the DK is back. Can he recover?
Statues being focused a ton. LabyRinth cannot allow these towers to fall. These are his only saving grace. Happy is so close to winning this game right now. Statue being focused. Silence. The Lich might be dead. There's a potion. The coil is still silenced away. LabyRinth runs. School falls. Fiend is going to be targeted as well. LabyRinth so close to holding, yet so close to losing at the same time.
Oh my god. What a game. What a series already. Can Happy choke him out? He's not expanding on the back of this. If this game continues, it is in LabyRinth's favor. But he needs to recover, and that's a long way till then.
Crypt still up. Slaughterhouse still up. The macro can still provide LabyRinth a supply advantage, but at the moment it's +8 for Happy. He got the statue he needed. When is LabyRinth gonna be able to consolidate his forces and actually take a big fight? He might need to get that third hero. Okay, he does have the Dark Ranger. That's what he invested into. Has a couple of fiends towards the back, but one crypt falls.
Does he rebuild it? Now, I guess. With the Dark Ranger online, he feels brave enough trying to distract again. But the damage is lacking. Aiming for the DK. Wants to force Hacky back just with pure power of will and hero focus.
Yeah, that's the greatest choice. Happy actually with no town portal, right?
Silence!
No way to save these heroes!
Oh my god! Split second and now the shoes on the other foot. DK, level 1, in trouble. Dark Ranger falls finally. Oh my god, what's happening?
He denied the Dark Ranger.
Yes, of course.
Happy, I can't believe Happy's still being aggressive after so close to losing this game. Losing that Lich would have been GG. The LabyRinth holding on. Level 4 on the Lich. One fiend goes down. This one would undoubtedly be denied. There it is. Push on the DK. LabyRinth. He holds, and Happy has to back away, but he's got map control. He can take every creep camp away from LabyRinth.
Yeah, maybe even counter expand. He wants to creep his front yard, wants to get the rock wall. I'm Happy, brave enough, creeping 2 camps at the same time. And I don't even think that's an overextension, that's just efficiency. Lich is around though. Nova. Oh my god, the coil and anticipation. Perfect timing once again.
He should be Novaing this DK, I would argue. He would be nearly killing him. If he can force this DK back, he can force the entire army back, of course. So might be the wiser choice for LabyRinth to not give up his lab and not give up a potential true shot aura, of course. Still plenty of creeps here in Tidehunters, though, if LabyRinth does want to give up this camp.
The fighting spirit in LabyRinth. Unbelievable. He is level 4 on the Lich now. He can eat units for days and Nova for days. But the big weakness is the DK levels. Where is he supposed to get them?
Happy not struggling in that regard. Of course, going to get level 4 on his Lich soon. Dark Ranger is back. And a terrible aura for Happy, but at least LabyRinth doesn't get the opportunity to get a decent item himself. LabyRinth gets some more experience. Not even close to level 2 Death Knight yet, though.
And also no shop control. Invulns and heal scrolls will always end up on Happy. Who's at 60 now? So the economy gap is widening. Whew. Still no level 2. Red spot, consumable. What are you gunning for? I think this is expansion plays by Happy now. And LabyRinth taking the red. This is some good experience for him now.
I'm really surprised that Happy didn't take LabyRinth's expansion, this big turtle here, and then just go down and take all 3 camps, because Happy with the level 2 coil would win a fight right now. His DK is also safe to hero focus. And now they get in the fight. LabyRinth with no way out of this fight, neither player, but I do think Happy's advantage.
Mass destroyers on both sides. No home turf advantage anymore. LabyRinth also no TP. Getting caught here. It has to be hero focus again. Dark Ranger getting saved by a little bit of a heal scroll. And of the shoe again with the other foot. Needs to get the stone. Has it. But the focus continues. DK! The Destro! Orb of Annihilation standing true to his name. And Happy takes over.
Every single unit falling. Happy yet to really lose much, but still 55 against 60. Lich being focused a little bit. Not much to save the Lich. In fact, nothing to save Labyrinth, and that's the 3-0 for Happy.
What a sick game. What a sick play by Happy there to keep that competitive. It's so hard to play up against this fast expansion of the opponent. But he got the level lead, he got the map control, he was fighting like a lion. Nobody else in the world even has close to a chance in that kind of game. It's only happened.
Unbelievable, man. The amount of micro. The Labyrinth was on 2 bases for the majority of this game, and it still wasn't enough. Who is brave enough to take his army, who was underleveled, and rush it into the opponent's base and win? Guy's mad.
Yeah, really. Yeah, it's so close. That Lich, what, 5 HP? That's all Labyrinth needed. But Happy, I think he even devoured the silence to get the coil on the Lich. Like, it's insane, man.
Level of play is just unbelievable. Players can, of course, take a break if they want to. Match points for Happy. $4,500 still the prize pool. Grab your chance, everybody. Get the profile pictures if you can. Up on Match Arena. W3C finals.backtowarcraft.com. Here they are once again, only available for the duration of the War3Champions Season 12 finals. That is not for much longer. Could just be half an hour. Every purchase, of course, boosts the prize pool up to 4,500 and plus. More prize money than last time in tough economical times. That is pretty damn awesome of you guys. Of course, we got the big carries here in the crowdfunding. UD Fan with 1,500, Kleine Schildpad with 1,000, Cercato with 600. You guys are the backbone of this tournament. Thank you so much for this. And Labyrinth taking a tiny bit of a break, and then we move on to the next map, which is once again an unusual map. It is then Secret Valley.
Yeah, a map that Labyrinth played quite well against Focus earlier today, and of course showed the expansion quite viable here because the fountain's closed for business, or else the harass might be too strong from your opponent. So very much a possibility for the Lich yet again. Would be surprised to see anything else from Labyrinth. It's been so close to working twice now.
Last lag. Labyrinth is up against 4 match points versus Happy. That's... I mean, Tom Cruise made the Mission Impossible possible, but not even that could help him now. Or can it? Dude, this would be the most legendary tournament run of probably all time if he turns it around now. So, Remo, Carson, take it away, boys.
Labyrinth with a chance at glory and history being made. This truly would be the most insane tournament ever. Beating many of the best players in the world and then culminating in a 4-0 reverse sweep against probably the best player of all time. But boy, it ain't gonna be easy. Thank you, Wave OTP, with the sub. I want to see a dreadlord, dude. Come on, Labby. Bust it out, my man. It's your hero. Can you imagine the splendor if you win with that?
Has he played Dreadlord yet this turn? Once, right? He played one Dreadlord, I think. One time, but I mean, he's supposed to be known for his skills with the Dreadlord. We'll soon find out what the starting heroes for both players are going to be. For Happy, would expect a Lich, as always. For Labyrinth, maybe the same. For Happy, Lich. For Labyrinth, Lich. Yet again, a mirror.
All right, then. Double Lich once more. Happy probably wants to see early on what's going on. He's scouting with the Acolyte. Labby doesn't have an Acolyte yet. I mean, a 6th Acolyte, obviously. If he starts the Acolyte after the next Ghoul, that would point towards expansion. With this build, you get a little bit more gold than with a Scouting Acolyte. With the downside, of course, of not being able to scout early, but when you fast expand, you don't really have to scout, so perhaps Labby, again, thinking about the 2-base play.
Yeah, I think the only information Labyrinth would want from that Scout Acolyte is Happy going to creep, expand, or harass initially, because of course Happy could just counter expand if he wanted as well. He doesn't have to play as aggressive as he did on Tidehunters. But Happy gonna have all the information in the world. 3 ghouls go across. Didn't return the lumber, but I guess they will eventually. And Labyrinth going to be taking that Knoll camp that no longer poisons you to 1 HP like it used to.
Good times. I
Yep.
remember humans having lots of fun here with Militia. And DK Harass showing up. But it's not the case here anymore. It's still the same experience, right? Still 5-3-3 on the levels. That's almost level 2.
Both players looking for the Claws of Attack or the Circlets. I think Circlet quite good as well. You can drop it, use Dark Ritual. Not something we've seen too often, but something that I always like to see. I'm a fan of dropping that Circlet. Get that extra 4.8 mana, whatever it might be. And Ring for Happy, and for Labyrinth it will be Gloves of Haste as well, as that Sacrificial Skull on both sides. And both players go towards the expansions. We might have another 2-base game.
Very interesting to see Happy here playing a different game. He doesn't play so aggro anymore. Here on this map, he seems to be willing to allow 2 bases, which kind of surprising considering the fact that this natural gold mine is a bit harder to creep than on Tidehunters. But it's not that hard, all things considered.
Pendant for both players. Another player going to be complaining about that. And gold mine coming up earlier for Labyrinth. Yet again, I think it was on Lost Temple as well a little bit earlier, but Happy will take a little bit less damage due to the Ritual Dagger that he pre-purchased, and 2-base for now. Don't think any chance for a cancel just yet, because both players seem to be wanting to creep to level 3. It will take 2 greens, I believe, to secure this level 3. And then we'll see who gets the upper hand in the micro department when these 2 liches cross paths.
Yes, sir, indeed. Boost of speed should certainly be purchased, especially when you don't have a TP. You need that move speed to get away from trouble, and also good, of course, at finding kills, being able to chase down those ghouls. Creep speed, very mirrored items, slightly in favor of Labyrinth. A bit of an edge that perhaps he needs.
Happy now doing that second green camp, and then both players will make their way to the shop to get the boots you mentioned. And level 3 for Labyrinth. And now it's all going to come down to how the Novas land. That's oh so important. The HP is the same for both. Happy gets a scout on the positioning of Labyrinth. Labyrinth does the same, but towards the main base. Labyrinth now going to buy the boots of speed. Happy going to do the same. And are they going to meet in the middle, or does Labyrinth want to avoid the fight, knowing that Happy tends to end up ahead in those?
One thing that was quite impressive there on the the last map, I mean, on Tidehunters, was how much experience Labby was able to deny. The fact that the Lich of Happy was stuck on level 2, excuse me, for such a long time, I felt like made such a big difference, and I almost was ready to say and to be convinced that Labby would win that game, but Happy as often came back impressively. Lich now getting caught. Both have the boots, but Happy with a big ragtag group of ghouls here heading to the opponent's main base.
Yeah, nice play. He's going to staff onto one of these ghouls and start killing some acolytes. Oh, no, he's actually going to split push. What a sick play from Happy. And he can always staff to one set of the ghouls if they need defending, but he might end up losing a lot of ghouls in return. We'll see where Labyrinth goes to defend. Labyrinth split between 2 places, just focusing on the Lich of Happy. Yeah, purely focusing, and Happy goes back home, sends the ghouls back home as well, and only a couple of acolytes going down in total.
Yeah, Labby saw that play coming. That's wonderful. He forced the Lich back home, gets 2 ghoul kills as well. With heads-up play, he knew what Happy was intending there, and might even get 1 more ghoul in the main base. So, a couple kills here going his way, but also some lost mining time, as now the tier 2 tech should soon be started.
Happy goes back and starts creeping. This Lich needs to be healed, and it will actually be quite the difficult task. He's going to have to use both Ritual Daggers to heal up that Lich, and Labyrinth still full HP, and I imagine he'll just keep novaing that Lich every time he sees it of Happy. And actually, this is a strong push for Labyrinth. He's sending all the ghouls, and if him and Happy get in a fight right now, again, it's just going to be hero focus on that Lich.
Yeah, interesting scenario. Since TPs are gone, both players have to be very careful about these narrow towers. If you walk into range, you might get surrounded. If the Lich dies, the game is almost over. But that's a lot of ghouls. That is a way to perhaps take out these towers. First, Nova hits the ghouls, and you can see how Happy's being very careful where he positions his Lich.
Two have fallen so far, one on the side of Labyrinth and two on the side of Happy. A third one potentially, but both players want to land a Clump Nova. That's two more going down for Happy, one more going down for Labyrinth. Another nice Nova from Happy. The Acolytes are now being pressured. Both players about to lose one more Ghoul. This is a ton of experience on both sides. Not a ton of denies because it's just pure chaos currently. Labyrinth about to lose two more. Happy loses two more. Level 4 apiece soon enough. But Labyrinth maybe running out of steam thanks to this Nerubian, but he's got, what, 4 Ghouls left over.
The level 4 Lich, such a big deal. Look at him use the Dark Ritual. Perhaps some cooldown at the moment. And it's going to give him around 100 mana just from one Skelly. But again with the Nova, needs to be careful. But Happy out of mana, and he doesn't have the level 2 Ritual.
Oh, such a big deal. Labyrinth might be breaking this Nerubian. If he breaks the Nerubian, he might be winning this game. Happy at 28, Labyrinth at 36. I said it was 4, but it ended up being 6 Ghouls that Labyrinth had here. Make that 5 as one falls. Dark Ritual. Oh, Happy got to be so careful. Drops the Pendant of Energy, but still can knock it a Nova. But just like Kevin in the past, Labyrinth unable to break this Nerubian tower.
Another deny, an important one. That one prevented the level 4 once more. Scary moment. Happy almost lost the Lich there, and the Narrow, and the expansion, and the game, but does hold on to it still. But Labyrinth, I would say, with the lead now, certainly, especially because Happy, he seems to have forgotten the second crypt, so his Fiend production going to be very slow.
It's crazy. Labyrinth has been in a position to win all 3 of these games so far. Like, he's been in a winning position on Lost Temple, on the last map, and on this map as well. He's been in a good position. Maybe this map best of all so far. Of course, if he had defended his base on Tidehunters, he would have won that game as well. And here, all he's got to do is macro, play the experience advantage. He also has a gold advantage now, and maybe continue being aggressive. Be in a good spot. He is 600 gold ahead at the expansion, and that is gold that can go into this extra 13 supply that he has currently.
Patiently waiting for the DK to join, then finally there's going to be some healing for specifically the Lich, but also the Fiends. Labyrinth. One would assume probably going to play a little bit passive here now in what we perhaps can call the mid-game. It's just natural for Undeads to take their time before going for the big attack in the late game. With tier 3, with Orb, Labyrinth is still pretty far away from that, but Happy quite a bit further away. Okay, wait a minute. His tech isn't that much slower, just by a bit.
Just a tiny bit, but one thing Labyrinth is ahead in by quite a bit is the soon-to-be level 5 Lich on his side, but Happy might remedy that with this Potion of Invisibility for 20 mana. Blaze it up, and he's going to blaze it up on these Acolytes right now.
Gonna force a response, one would think. But Labyrinth not wanting to be dictated of what to do. He's going to go for his own counterattack. Happy anticipates this. He's got the DK and the Ghouls around. But these measly units won't be enough. The Lich is needed for the defense.
Lich has to be super careful. Coil has to land right away. And it will. Nova now on the Death Knight. Again, trading a different hero focus. The Town Portal is on the DK of Labyrinth, so he can get out if he needs. Scroll the Beast wants to break this Nerubian, but he's going to be forced into a TP. He's going to let the DK die, actually, not wanting to waste the Scroll the Beast.
And the shop here is making the big difference. If there wasn't a shop here for Happy, for Skellies and Potions, his DK would have fallen. This would have been a big problem. But Happy with a beautiful defense, and Labyrinth seems to again be giving away his lead.
Oh, maybe the Death Knight can fall. Potion not on cooldown. I thought he had already used one, but Happy always has the play. And Lich will find a Fiend. That's Happy catching up in experience now. Labyrinth will still reach level 5 first, most likely, but Happy is just going to be around the corner. One more Fiend going down, and Coil is going to meet its mark, and DK not even being revived yet.
Lappy's banging his head against the wall. He's committing, I think, way too much to this attack, but he does get level 5. But he doesn't find many kills.
Yeah, barely any at all. The Ghouls, yes, have been traded out, but and the supply is still even, I suppose. Experience is still even, I suppose. So at the end of the day, maybe it's all right. Because Happy doesn't seem to have translated into too big of an advantage. But he is going to press forward. Perhaps map control advantage can grant Happy some extra leeway into this, late mid-game now.
Yeah, every level up here on the DK is going to be immense for the Aura and the higher level Coils. Now we have the Dark Ranger third once more for Labyrinth. We are now on tier 3. The Orb is online. The tech is going to come into full effect here as both players try to build the perfect army. Is it going to involve Banshees this time, I wonder? Or is it just Fiend Destroyers? Let's see about that.
Happy gonna try to get that level 5 now, and then probably red camps back to back for both, I would imagine. Labyrinth looking for the CAG guards, gets endurance aura, can't complain with that. A little bit of extra movement speed, of course. And then probably to the fountain he will go. Happy gonna do the same. But Labyrinth currently creeping up 3 heroes. Happy's still trying to creep up his first hero to get that level 5, but he will soon get it. And then DK3 will probably be first achieved for Happy as well.
Very even game now, all of a sudden, I would say. Labyrinth getting ready for the later stages for this game to still take a while. Going for the Sacrificial Pit with the Shade. He's going to have lots of vision soon. Going to know exactly where Happy is at all times. As we build these big armies, upgrades are also going to become very important.
Happy getting the red Drake, Robe of the Magi. Not too bad. He'll go to the next red. But the Lich, actually, wisely for Labyrinth, is in position. And this is going to make it a little bit difficult for Happy. If only Labyrinth had a little bit more mana on his Lich, he could make this dicey. But at the same time, Labyrinth buys time. He creeps his next red camp. DK going to be 3 maybe after this camp, or certainly after the next orange. He'll have 3 on his Dark Ranger. And his Death Knight almost gets the last... Or did he?
I think he stole it. Yeah,
my
Dark
God.
Ranger, no experience.
Of course, that gives Labyrinth no XP because he soaks it all up on the Lich, but still a huge last hit there. Nicely done.
Labyrinth creeping up here at the Drake. In the past, it used to drop an aura. It doesn't anymore, right? Oh.
Magic.
Oh, it does! Wait, it drops that and a circlet?
Yep.
Wow, that's a crazy camp. Oh my god.
Pretty wicked. And good items for both players now. Both players Endurance Aura, both players Pendant of Energy, both players decent damage on their Liches with the... Actually, both getting some very mirrored items. The Robe of the Magi as well, of course. So both cannot complain with items this game. They got 3 of the best drops from 3 of these camps.
I think Labyrinth is making a serious mistake with creeping. He did not prioritize level 3 DK. He's close with the Dark Ranger and the Death Knight both, but he doesn't have that level 3 yet, and that makes such a big difference when it comes to coiling. However, he's got a huge experience lead on the Dark Rangers specifically between the 2 armies.
Secret Valley officially crept out. And about 70 supply apiece right now. DK, though. Labyrinth needs to get some kills initially in the fight, or else he's going to be really struggling to find that level 3. And here comes Happy. So maybe those ghouls could be the pick-off that Labyrinth needs, but ghouls are only going to be lost on Labyrinth's side of things right now.
Happy seems ready to tango. Will take an engagement if Labyrinth charges into him. We've seen Happy be very patient with that before. Kiting, pulling back, poking, waiting for the enemy to make a misstep.
Okay, Nova on the DK. Is always the weakness of both of these armies because no potion of vulnerability right now for Happy at all. Silence comes in, TP forced, and Labyrinth finally wins one of these bigger fights. It seems like Happy always ends up ahead in these fights, but he finally forces a town portal there.
Yeah, I think that was actually great for Happy, though. He forced all those destroyers and then TP'd out, didn't lose a single unit. Just lots of HP, which he's now recovering on the DK. And the mana is ticking down. Labyrinth now feels the pressure. A bit of Zugzwang on him to get something done while there's mana on these Destros.
Absolutely. Looking to heal up at the fountain first, but yeah, he's going to have to go high upkeep if he ever wants to utilize mana from the statues to chain morph yet again. And Happy goes forward. DK still low, but has a potion of healing now. And ghouls being sent across the map to do some sort of a split attack, but a Spirit Tower and a Nerubian Tower is more than enough to deal with just 4 measly ghouls. Lich finds a nice Nova for Happy, but Happy has to be careful yet again with his heroes.
Happy falling back. Would love to fight next to the towers, perhaps. DK still feels the pain. Level 3 Nova, it is said, is pretty good.
Oh, ghouls go into the main base, but they're not going to be able to do anything here. Maybe just feed a bit of experience to the underlevel Dark Ranger of Happy. And Labyrinth is really looking for some damage. It feels like the whole game Labyrinth has been trying to make a play, feeling like he cannot just stay at a neutral state in the game, but in doing so, maybe been over-aggressive. Happy finds a Nova. Coil finds his mark, but only on level 1. Lich has to be careful. Okay, Coil is there.
And Happy again, taking his time, not overextending yet, waiting for the misstep once more. Double kill with the Nova, the Shade. Very unfortunate to be standing right there next to his buddy. It's more experience for Labby. Gets level 3 Dark Ranger, but still missing that level 3 DK, importantly.
Such a huge loss. The coil seems to not even help these fiends at this point. Almost could dive for a couple of acolytes and TP out just to get level 3 DK. We'll get the Nerubian, bit more experience again. Destroyer's webbed out of position for Happy.
We have the anti-magic now on the DK. With that, the Death Knight is way protected, and with the one anti-magic, I think Happy should be able to win this fight right here. Even denying some of the fiends, but the level 3 was reached finally for
Look at the
LabyRinth.
supply. 86 versus 60 right now. LabyRinth finds 2 destroyers and 2 fiends. Happy at some point lost a bunch of units in this fight, and now LabyRinth pressing forward.
This fight comes too early for Happy's taste. If he had more time for more fiends, perhaps more upgrades, would be a different story. But LabyRinth finally finds the perfect moment to strike and may be able to claim this map for himself.
Statues falling, fiends falling. The Spirit Tower and Nerubian helping where they can. Banshees fall back. Dark Ranger will have a coil. No, doesn't have a coil. Dark Ranger falls. Now the Death Knight might have to be focused for Happy just to hold on here. 71 versus 51. LabyRinth has to close this out now.
And he
GG.
does! Finally, Happy can be beaten. The lead was taken early again by LabyRinth, then kind of dropped it again, but in the end, with a good attack, finds the perfect moment to strike before Happy's late game tech investment of Banshees had really come online.
We have ourselves a series, boys. 3-1 only. First match point defended. Now, there's only 3 more. Man, LabyRinth, what a great performance in its entire series. Every game is super close. Every game comes down to 1 or 2 decisions. It's just fantastic. And it's a little bit of history repeating of last final when Happy was also 3-0 up and then suffered the first defense. But damn, LabyRinth puts his name on the billboard here. This is incredible showing. This is not just, you know, cheesy strat, surprise stuff. This is just great undead gameplay.
Yeah, this could be, definitely could be 3-1 for LabyRinth right now. Had a couple of things going differently on Lost Temple and Tidehunters, but we're only going to look forward if we're hoping for LabyRinth to further close the gap in this series. 3-2, taking even just 2 maps here for LabyRinth, it has to be a massive achievement. So if you can make it past this point, it'll be great for the history books here for LabyRinth.
Foggy took a map, LabyRinth took a map. The first match point defended. Can he defend more? He needs to. Happy still one hand on the trophy, where of course he wants it to be. There we go. The next map is a more normal one. Can LabyRinth also hang on the typical maps on Concealed Hill?
Yeah, it seems like he's gonna change his build here, finally, on Concealed Hill. As we all know, the expansion here extremely hard to go for, so Ghoul build with Expo not really doable here. So LabyRinth doesn't go for the Ghoul build, goes for the Ted Fiend build, which I feel like I've never ever seen him play in Undead Mirror.
Huh. Didn't he play this in the winner's quarterfinal? Carson, do you remember?
LabyRinth, he played Ted Fiends both games. Yes,
Yeah.
and Happy played Lich both games. But I think he was saving strats.
That's
what I still believe.
We still believe, indeed. It is a Lich opener for Happy indeed against the DK. And yeah, he's going back to the Ted Fiends, which was not successful at all. Maybe he's just feeling it. Maybe after the last fight, he realized, okay, I can hang with you. I can micro as good as you. Let's do this dance again.
Right, and on paper, in theory, if both players play it perfectly, Ted Fiend build versus Ghoul Lich build, the Ted Fiend build is supposed to be better because it transitions better into the late game because you're not stuck on Ghouls, which are not that good in the tier 3 stage, but have Fiends right away. But it's a slow build. You can't be very aggressive, you can't really creep very well. For that reason, normally you have to play Harass if you play Ted Fiends against Lich, because Lich will be creeping quick. All that is to say, the Ghouls will fall off heavily later, so there is some pressure on Happy
forces
Yeah,
are
disconnect again.
There is the pressure on your connection as well. Weird, because the Discord seems to be working. Just
Yeah. Luckily, it's nothing has happened at all. I guess the strats have been shown, but Happy's not going to change anything up. We know he's going to play Lich Ghouls still, so even though he knows it's Death Knight, Labyrinth's probably not going to change anything. Happy's probably not going to change anything, so...
yeah, we just
DC, and we...
wait this out, kick Mr. Demo Man. It's just, we are supposed to cast Grandfinal, Carson. It's just how it's supposed to be.
So I guess it's meant to be.
Yeah.
Sad, though. Sad day.
It is. Remo Demo is a solid talker when it comes to Warcraft 3.
Guy knows his matchup, that's for sure. Because I know I don't.
Me neither, but you know, the less you know, the more surprised you are and the crazier things can be.
True.
Bigger map, more time for Labyrinth to unfold his strategy, and maybe lesser pressure thanks to the Lich.
Alright, so claws for Labyrinth and claws for Happy. And we'll see how aggressive Happy wants to be. He'll probably prioritize getting level 3. I think Turtle Camp into Shop into Murloc is quite the easy level 3 creep up for Happy, and then he will go aggressive, of course. Lich level 3 can easily deny your opponent's Lich from creeping whatsoever, so we'll see. That's what Happy goes for. For Labyrinth, though, it seems like he wants to deny this Lich level 3.
Yeah, a little bit of distraction. He can creep with ghouls, or ghoul and skeletons. Is that even enough before the skeletons expire? Nope. Nope, absolutely not. Whoopsie, I guess.
Nice try, though. Respect. Respect for trying.
Yeah,
Right?
respect to the turtle.
Yeah.
And, dude, they are brave now. Turtles never fight in an undead base. What are you doing?
Yeah, you don't mess around with turtles, though, all right? Okay?
Nope.
They have all the
It's-
support of the zombie face kids in the world.
Yeah, they're also trained by Master Splinter. No, I don't want to deal with them.
Yeah, don't mess with the turtle if you find it in the sewer.
Nope, never. Especially if it's eating pizza. Scary, nice deny. Holy moly, Labyrinth is good at this.
Yeah, it seems to be really, really focused on the details, which can be oh so important. Coil will not land. Too much damage. And the Nova. I doubt Labyrinth's going to get any coil last hits here. And Happy just going to put pressure on this Death Knight. Luckily, Fountain to the back, but could be woken up by a skeleton. Would be surprised for Happy to not split a skeleton off to wake up those creeps, but just Happy, I suppose, is happy to creep this camp.
There we go. The ghoul split to the side. DK was able to heal a little bit. That's also impossible to get a lasted here with the coil. It should be impossible at least, because Nova is faster than coil. And that was the perfect example for it.
Happy with one more, or Labyrinth rather, with one more coil left over. Happy with one more Nova. The ghoul to the back.
Fiend?
Oh, and the Fiend is going to get surrounded. TP?
Uh-oh.
Oh no, he could have maybe TP'd while the coil was midair still. The Fiend will fall, and Ghoul is traded, sure, but much bigger loss for Labyrinth there. Oh, second Ghoul, though, could make up for it.
Oh, DK about to be surrounded there against the trees. Deny by Happy. Well done. Keep the DK at least level 2 with the Unholy. That is sweet. Dark Ranger second.
Huh. Wonder how much value this can get against the ghouls. Of course, it's, you know, it is good against low HP units, ghouls, headhunters, archers, things like that. But in this situation, are you really going to be able to find the fight to trade off those, to kill some of those ghouls? I don't know if you're going to be given it.
Me neither, man. Lich continues to harass. Happy plays this so well. Constant pressure. Always on the DK. He has no time at all to unfold his play. Not even the Dark Ranger can help.
Yeah, the Lich is just going to pressure here, and the DK on the way out for Happy, and then Happy will have all the space in the world to creep up his Death Knight to level 3.
Yeah.
Now with Labyrinth not able to self-coil, he's going to struggle to find more hit points on DK. Perhaps the first statue, perhaps a potion from the now tier 2 Labyrinth could remedy that situation. But for now, Happy's going to be content with Labyrinth just not creeping at all.
This is pretty much a perfect Lich Ghouls play so far. Ooh, Labyrinth is a tough game. Very, very tough game for you. Cloak of Shadows, okay, kind of nice. Nova, uh-oh, you don't want to TP here. The cloak, the perfect drop at the perfect time. But is there reveal somewhere?
He's got to be so careful. Labyrinth wisely, he had a skeleton next to the Death Knight. He wisely moved the skeleton back, or else the Nova AoE would have killed the DK. So he's got to be very aware of that. Fiend falls, though. Happy pulls further ahead. TP's going to be forced, but...
Is it, though? No.
I'm surprised he didn't pursue. Boost of speed, I guess. Yeah, makes a difference.
Yeah, it's so great. Denies this skeleton as well. At least this was the rest of the camp, but at what cost? He needs to recharge everything. And the DK is here with the potion. Lich is competitive again.
Yeah, this is the most difficult game Labyrinth has had so far, and we know how that normally ends up in happy games. If he gets an advantage early on, he does not tend to let those slip away, but Labyrinth is a tricky player. Does he have a trick? One final trick up his sleeve. Oh, Death Knight 5 mana away from a Nova, forced into the potion.
Tier 3 about to be finished. Labyrinth a little faster. Fiend transition is running, but the levels are abysmal. Happy also, yeah, as he said, sacrificing DK creeping. Not too sure if that's the right call. Supply dead even. Labyrinth never gives up fighting before it's 100% over. And that is the case here as well. Statues coming, supporting Fiends more damage. So at the moment, creep speed, if you exclude Nova, maybe even going in favor of Labyrinth, who got Black Arrow.
Yep. He allows Labyrinth to continue creeping in exchange for the Ogre Lord, and I think that's even a trade Labyrinth is happy to make at this point. He'll be fine with this. He says, yeah, you can get the item as long as you just leave me alone. Stop killing my fiends, please. And hopefully for Labyrinth's sake, Happy doesn't get Khadgars.
This time, the Ogre Lord follows. He gets this red spot for free. Hood of Cunning. Good, but not great. Whoa. Expansion.
All right, that's the trick. That's the final trick for Labyrinth in this tournament. He's tricked so many opponents so far.
It worked against Foggy.
Yep, indeed did. Worked against Focus as well. He had a hidden expansion on Rusty Creek.
Right on. If this works, dude. Happy usually best in the game when it comes to scouting. He has a sixth sense for this. And of course, they meet each other a lot on ladder. But if this works, it's genius. If not, it looks like an overcommitment and an insane play. But yeah, he knows he's a little bit behind. And this is the play you can do to catch up.
And you know what? We're getting to that stage that Remo mentioned at the beginning of the game where ghouls are going to start to fall off soon. They have Frenzy. They have about one more fight in them currently. But if Happy doesn't find the fight he wants right now, there's going to be Destroyers. There's going to be Nova soon for Labyrinth. He's going to be happy to fight Fiends against ghouls.
Wait, did...
Oh, okay. Canceled. Did Happy realize, though, that there was actually a gold mine?
I don't know if he saw it. It's daytime, so vision was good. Labyrinth can try this again if he gets a little bit more gold. DK gets up to 3 with this camp. Big consumable. Greater mana is, of course, the best. Went of mana stealing, not what he desired. Second big item for Happy. Close to 50. This is where he can fight then. DK constantly scouting at the lab if something is happening there. Robe of the Magi. This Lich is insane already.
Yeah. Crazy, crazy Lich. Even passes Hood of Cunning over to the Dark Ranger, which could be good for the Lich as well if you really wanted to stack it, but I think fine on the Dark Ranger as well. Labyrinth at least getting one of these 3 red camps.
Yeah.
And hopefully for his sake, a good item. He's going to get Stealth Giant Strength, an absolutely awful item for him, unfortunately. Happy goes, though, towards the main base, looking to kill some more Acolytes. So many Acolytes have died in this series so far.
Oh boy, these ghouls will suffer. First one down, Happy goes into the base, trying to trade town portals, maybe. 1 Acolyte down, Lich level 4, 2 kills, just like that. And he's moving more and more into winning position. Just like Kalatze, because he's a sub. And if you want to be in a winning position, being a Back to Warcraft sub is not the worst thing.
Not the worst thing at all. I can name about 5 worst things, absolutely, in this world. Yeah.
Do it.
Well, dying.
Okay.
For starters,
True.
I guess.
Yep.
That's about all I got.
Okay, yeah, fine. Yeah, that's it.
I think I proved my point, though. Checkmate.
Just one, well, like One Punch Man. I was knocked out by your first argument. Don't even need to hear anything else.
Me hitting you hitting the game, you hitting the ground. 2 hits there. Oh, and Destroyers. Hopefully for Labyrinth's sake, getting
man.
more than 2 hits here. The Chain Morph, and Happy might just avoid this fight altogether. He did that last game when Labyrinth Chain Morph.
Oh, is that another TP? Replenishment potion on the ground. Can he do damage? The statue is gone. That's 1 of 2. Heal scroll bought last second. 8 supply lead. This is big for Labyrinth. He has to do damage, but Happy's just so good at dodging these fights while transitioning into Banshees again.
Steals the mana from his last remaining statue. He wants 4 destroyers? Really? He wants to continue pressing forward. Happy just sort of running. He wants to force the TP trade again, Happy. What a great choice. What a great choice from Happy. Incredible.
So good. Yep, he's really good. And off we go. The Temple of the Damned can't be prevented. Can he kick it though to ruin this tech switch? Or does he have to respond? Wait, there's no TP for Labyrinth.
Oh, this might be it then. He's going into the base. Destroyer morph to save the statue. Both players going to lose a lot of acolytes. And we're not going to have the Undead Mirror base race that I want. The DK stuck. Where's the teleport? Land it barely misses around. Oh my god, that TP's Happy.
Gets out of that maze. Can he kick this temple before the Banshee training is done? He can. Labyrinth expanding again. This ain't over yet. But do you really want to fight into Happy's base? I doubt it. Coil arrives in time. No silence in that regard. Another Fiend. Focus fire. Happy. Oh, about to lose this one. Here's goal. Coil misses.
Nova lands flush though. 2 Fiends die. That one actually denied last second. Labyrinth loses the Fiend. The issue right now is Labyrinth is going to find it hard to run away if there is any Fiends because his death doesn't get webbed. Happy Lich is just dead. What's Happy doing? He finds a heal scroll, loses a Lich. Labyrinth has a potion of vulnerability to save his Lich. Coil is there. Happy. A little bubbly butterfingers. And we have a game number 6 now. Oh my god. Labyrinth wins this game?
He wins this game in Happy's base.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable, Labyrinth. Dude, he could have won. He's not only won 2 games, he could have won 2 more so far. Crazy. Labyrinth is... I mean, he might become one of the greatest players in the world with this, if he keeps this trajectory. Jesus, what a tournament from Labyrinth. Incredible.
Completely surreal, winning Secret Valley and Concealed back-to-back. And now... we might tie up the series.
Wow, the reverse sweep is... actually possible. So far in W3Champions history, I think only Orc players have been able to take Happy this far.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah,
focus and so, and that's it.
Labyrinth is able to take the series back to back, and I cannot believe my eyes.
What a timing. The 4 destroyer push. No statues either. He wins that with statueless. Who knows how much he was mining back at home either. He probably lost 2-3 acolytes during that.
Completely crazy. We give these guys 5-minute break. We give these guys a little bit of a break to reset ourselves. Hopefully we get Remo Demo back, and then we have another match points. But man, Labyrinth is the wall here today, defending both so far. Series is at a 3-2. Still match points, but man, is this a great undead mirror. Be right back with a decision. Back at the W3Champions finals, everybody. This is still match points, but this is Labyrinth fighting like a lion. He was down 0-3, and look at the scoreboard. There's a 2 all of a sudden. Happy is getting challenged big time by Labyrinth out of nowhere. As a replacement into the grand final, into taking 2 maps off of Happy. This is unheard of, and the journey continues. How far can this kid take it, Carson?
It's been unbelievable. I mean, I think he can be proud of what he's done so far, but obviously he wants to get the win. He wants to reverse sweep Happy at a best of 7 when Happy had a 1-0 advantage. He wants to win a tournament where he was in both loser brackets at both stages of the tournament. He wants to be the new best undead in the world. And if he does it, there'll be, have to be a discussion about if Labyrinth might have the potential to do so. But it's going to take more than just 2 maps. It's going to take all 4.
Oh, man. Yeah. Prior to this tournament, or in the winner bracket quarterfinal stage, Demon said in chat that Labyrinth is the top 3 undead, that he's better than X-Lord. I doubted him. They play very differently, so it's hard to compare. And then there was the 2-0 by Happy, and I thought, okay, it's a little bit of stop on the hype train. But today, he just delivers every single game, and that is so impressive. Rusty Creek, Uncharted Waters in Undead Mirror. What do we get? Double Lich, and this is once again a Labyrinth map, a weird map that you don't play too often, both spawning on the right-hand side.
Absolutely, we're going back to the Lich. I do wonder, other undeads in the world other than Happy, if you put them through the gauntlet that Labyrinth has been through, all these players, Colorful 15 Sway, Kaho, Focus, Sock, Foggy, if you put them through that gauntlet, if they end up beating every single one of them other than Happy one time.
It's so rare. Like, maybe 1-0 can do it, but it's so rough. Also, this is Labyrinth's 3rd game in a row. Lower bracket semifinal, full out best of 3. Lower bracket final, full out best of 5. And now we're in map 6. That is 14 maps in a row for Labyrinth.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. He must be feeling great, too, about, just winning. Just always winning. I mean, it's so easy to go into a tournament, drop out 0-2, 0-2. Oh, well, I'll try him again next time. But the momentum of winning all these series back to back to back is something that maybe Labyrinth hasn't felt in a while. Happy is going to feel normal. This is a normal day in the office. He probably feels worse when he loses than good when he wins. But for Labyrinth, this is a huge amount of momentum, winning 2 maps back-to-back now as well.
Man, W3Champions finals, there's something magical about them every single time. First drops, Circlet for Labyrinth. That's a good start. A little bit of pressure, a little bit of scouting. Both know what's up. Labyrinth positioning himself more towards the middle, closer to Happy's base, who still has to choose what to do. Do I have to play defensively? I can move back swiftly. But I guess Labyrinth wants to go for the push again. Slippers now, not the greatest. Happy level 2, Labyrinth level 2.
And Happy goes around the outside. Maybe going to look for some economic damage. He has 2 camps in transition to creep, which would grant him level 3 if he grabbed both of them, but it looks like both players looking to trade. And Happy up the creek without a paddle. He doesn't have a town portal. Labyrinth's going into his base, and he'll in fact be there first, but Labyrinth's missing something too. No Nerubian tower.
Ooh, and he's in tech, so is Happy. Here we go. This Acolyte definitely dead. Who does more damage? Labyrinth has, of course, the option to go home. Another Acolyte down. This is a straight-up base trade?
It must be. Does Labyrinth want to play this game? Maybe he does. It's easier to fight against buildings than it is to fight against Happy, of course, so we'll see. Happy unsummons the altar, sends an Acolyte down. Are we starting a base race here?
It looks like it. What the hell is happening? No Acolytes anymore here for Labby. 78 gold. Are we trading bases?
Labyrinth can no longer town portal. His lich is too low. The town portal. Happy's always focusing the Nerubian. Happy has, what, 2 Acolytes left? 3. He sent 2 down. Happy's giving up his base, and Labyrinth's giving up his base as well. Does he have Acolytes that got out? Labyrinth does have an Acolyte that made it out, and Happy is full HP. That's Happy's advantage right now. Full HP on his Lich.
Oh, these Nerubs, man. They buy so much time. Is he willing to go all the way back? This is not normal. Level 3 Lich now for Labby. He has the advantage, half a level. But if Happy arrives and Nova's Labyrinth, this might be a first hero kill. But I don't know where this game is going anymore.
No gold either, though. No gold. Like, if Happy cannot build a Necropolis, even if he sells every single item, he cannot afford a Necropolis any longer. And, of course, in an undead base race, you need to build a Necropolis. That's all you can build off the Blight.
Happy's also supply blocked.
Surround! Labyrinth! No! Oh my god, the Lich is just dead! Labyrinth is winning this game!
He needs to TP, so no, he just walks out of range! The Lich is dead! And this series is tied!
Yeah, there's no way he can't do anything. There's ghouls. Okay, there's 6 ghouls for Happy, but Labyrinth is going to win the base race. And Happy goes
game!
3-3! Game 6. What the hell did we just watch? What a game!
5 minutes 20! 3 maps in a row! In Undead Mirror! Labyrinth, the Ultra Madman! Like a bull seeing red, storming into this base and just annihilating the Emperor.
Oh my god. If Happy had a town portal, he did micro the base better. but it was Labyrinth's play, sending the Lich to the back of the gold mine and then getting this around. Happy needed to get that Lich kill or else he was going to lose the base race. Neither player, Labyrinth was ahead in building damage, had more units there, and neither player could build a Necropolis, importantly. So, yeah, Labyrinth, Happy needed to get that Lich kill, and Labyrinth needed to land that surround, and he did just that without a Nerubian, I might add. He just landed it straight up.
My heart rate right now is like 470. Game is up.
Jesus Christ, man.
How can these players pull to the... We were joking! The series was 3-0. We were joking.
Yeah, we were like, oh, typical Happy final. Sorry, guys. Whatever.
Like, okay, reverse sweep. Blah, blah, blah. We are close to a reverse sweep. This is double match points now for both sides. And we got one more. We go all the way. A full-out best of 7. And LabyRinth can dethrone Happy in a mirror match. From being a replacement to match points.
And Last Refuge will be the last map of this tournament. Warcraft Champions. This is it. Undead Mirror. Labyrinth. 3 in a row. Happy, worth noting, has won less maps than Labyrinth so far in this series.
Yes, that's true. That is true. Chat's going bananas. Serbian Jerks, thank you for the sub. Labyrinth hype, indeed. Indeed, what hype. So Last Refuge, oftentimes the last map. And oftentimes goes Happy's way. How do you do this? There's been players in these shoes. 1-0. Vortex. Close to beating Happy, but look at the scoreboard. This is unreal. 3 in a row for Happy, 3 in a row for Labyrinth. How much momentum can you get? Can he go all the way? It's so late in Korea. He's been through the ringer, playing 15 maps in a row. This guy is unreal.
Yeah, Labyrinth, I just can't believe just how much he's had to play, how many games he's had to win, how close he's been to elimination, how many times has it come down to one Nova, one coil, one extra unit. In the case of last game, one extra building. Happy unsummoning the altar, Labyrinth not doing so. Labyrinth wins the game based on that. Again, Lich Mirror, where Labyrinth is comfortable. I'll say it again, I can't help but think that Labyrinth would Ted Fiends because he didn't want Happy to know how he plays Lich in the grand finals, and here we are, game 7.
Dude, if you're right with this from start to finish. Labyrinth, take my energy. Yeah, Happy. Do you find a way out of this maze, or will you be eaten by the Minotaur? What's the play now? Happy pulling 4 ghouls pretty much right away.
Imagine the channel points, Neo. Oh my lord.
Happy going all out aggression, is he not? I think so. Labyrinth, more of a defensive play, waiting for his opponent to come. Perfect scout once again. How good is the reaction to this?
Labyrinth not selling the TP yet, so I think Labyrinth does favor when he's being defensive, and if he doesn't commit to the expansion and Happy doesn't commit to a ton of creeps, Labyrinth's going to be a good spot, but Happy just steals away the potential level 2 camp.
Wind of Illusion.
Labyrinth.
Wind of Illusion as well.
Find.
Yeah, this is nasty.
And it could force a Nova. Labyrinth, I think, saw the illusion. Just going to go
Yeah.
with the ghouls. One going to go down immediately for Happy. One going to go down for Labyrinth now. Nova on each side finds 1 kill apiece, but Happy now backs away, as it seems.
And this was quite an investment of ghouls and lumber timing. He can't tech. Labyrinth can tech in a bit. He weathered the storm. The first one, at least. Oh, last hit. Doesn't even invest the Nova because he's calm as a cucumber. Ice going through his veins.
Labyrinth has the first Nova as well. Happy a little bit low on mana, make that 20 points behind. So Labyrinth could find a ghoul kill and then back out himself. Labyrinth is going to find over the trees, perhaps the Nova. Happy's going to lose another ghoul here.
He got the boots as well. He can chase. That's level 2 right there.
Labyrinth's ahead right now. Labyrinth
Yes.
is at the advantage. And he's teching as well. Happy. Okay, is teching now as well, but behind, what, 15 seconds on that tech? Not going to be the end of the world, of course.
LabyRinth so calm, not trigger happy at all, gathering the mana, waiting for the perfect moment, blocking Happy to preventing his own level 3 and waiting for the tech advantage to unfold. But Happy, here comes the Wand of Illusion. He's trying to lure the creeps in, doesn't work, they don't obey anymore.
Oh, Ghoul almost dies for LabyRinth. Okay, does die, so 1-1. That's 2 for 2. Both players so far. And yeah, LabyRinth has nicely baited out most of those illusions. There's only one more left, so if LabyRinth wants to go back and creep now, at least Happy won't be able to do too much with that. Last charge of wand used, so LabyRinth has weathered the storm of the illusions and the aggression early on now. LabyRinth goes around the corner. Is he going to go in for maybe an Acolyte kill?
Sneaky. Happy has to see this, scout this. But man, usually when Happy finds these Wands of Illusion, it's game almost automatically. Now Shu is on the other foot. Now it's Illusion for LabyRinth, and how much damage can he do with it? Nova again, deny, as we're used to seeing. This is such a high level undead mirror, it's unbelievable.
Double deny there, Dark Ritual on a full HP one. So that is 2 more ghouls, that makes it 4-2 in Happy's favor, which is gonna make a difference, but maybe LabyRinth with his slight tech edge could find an advantage. Happy might be the first to level 3, potentially.
Yeah, creep speed should be better.
Yeah.
Due to all the ghouls killed, and of course having the ghouls available. Ilu Wars in the middle of the map. Still the tech advantage. How much will this influence the game? Statues first. DK first. Tech to tier 3 first. All these opportunities.
Happy continues to be aggressive with the real Lich, but his ghouls go back home. Tier 2. DK on the way for LabyRinth, so might be a nice time for LabyRinth to trade some HP. Lich versus Lich, Nova each other, because he's going to have the quicker coil online. Then he can also creep aggressively. Maybe he could even have the timing to sneak a shop in with his earlier Death Knight. That could translate into quite a big advantage, but for now, Happy just sharking for some more ghoul kills.
Happy has the Nova advantage, has the mana advantage quite a bit. So Labby gotta be careful also, of course, with only 2 ghouls left. Creeps woken up. It's not gonna be easy. But Happy retreats. Only the Lich. Shocking. Roaming. Looking for that Nova. Are they investing it? Yeah, Happy is. But that was a good chunk of mana gone. And now the DK arrives.
Happy has 1 more Nova. LabyRinth has 0. Now that he throws it onto the Lich of Happy. And LabyRinth has the coil now, so maybe LabyRinth has the opportunity, like I mentioned earlier, to go for the shop. Well, he's at the advantage, but he's lost so many ghouls, like we were talking about earlier, that he might not have the ability to even do a bigger camp. Happy goes back home and is going to, looks like, creep his own shop with 6 ghouls. Very doable for him, and that would be level 3.
Okay, but that camp is also up for grabs for LabyRinth afterwards. He gets the nice intelligence mantle. This is, of course, a big consumable. Happy, we haven't seen too many big mana potions on him yet. Maybe I jinx it now. There we go.
The luck continues for Happy, as it has in many series in the past. But LabyRinth hasn't gotten bad items himself. In fact, they've gotten quite even items through and through. To get back to that Secret Valley game earlier, LabyRinth will get Gloves of Haste. Lich getting some decent items now, too. And nearly level 3. LabyRinth cannot allow Happy to get both shops, though, and I don't think he will.
Happy pulling back. Statue advantage, Korea. And that's the mercenary camp then. We made good use of that before. Here it will just be used for experience and items. We're charging up. The first calm moment of this series since map 4.
Pretty much. And both players going to be happy just to creep, happy to have a breather. Lionhorn for LabyRinth as he gets level 3, 2, and Happy going to do the same now with his level 3 and 2. Could solo creep the Death Knight, but it's honestly not bad to creep with the Lich as well. Level 4, level 5, huge advantages as we've been shown through and through this series. And LabyRinth now maybe going to go towards that shop in that lab, looking for either a Mana Stone or a greater mana from each of those camps.
100% agree. What's the item here? Boots of Kel'Thalas. Decent for the Dark Ranger, but not nearly as good as the Lionhorn. And we share the experience on Last Refuge. Thank you, Incinerator, for the 4713 sub, closing in another 4 years. Nice time to show up. Wow, 3-3. Yeah, who expected this? Dark Ranger by Happy checks out what's happening here. Big invul potion. Can LabyRinth, like LabyRinth, he survived the early ghoul push. He survived the Wand of Illusion. Can he survive the big mana potion as well?
This is a big deal actually for LabyRinth. The slightly earlier tier 3 is going to translate into maybe an earlier fight with Orb. No, Happy's just waiting around. I thought his Lich was maybe out on the map a bit, but LabyRinth not going to find that timing, but maybe going to be able to find a red camp. Both players may. Happy goes forward. Skeleton scouts Happy's positioning, so LabyRinth might feel a little bit timid to go for a red, but he will see Happy go to the left. And yeah, we're just going to see this map prepped out, it seems like.
This feels like the item bad luck of Friday is, of Saturday is back in LabyRinth's hands. Double ring. Really not that great. You need the damage. Both are soaking up the map like crazy. 48, LabyRinth slowly behind. Destro upgrade a little too late, but he can creep this easy with Dark Ranger as well. Medallion of Courage, that's some damage.
And not too bad. We'll see what Happy gets from his red camp. Still Lab available. Still Corner Turtle Camp available for both. And Happy has his expansion. After those camps are gone, the map is prepped out. And then we might actually see for the first time in this best of 7 a turtly undead mirror. Because what do? Do you look for a fight, or do you choose to not break upkeep and sit at home, wait for Banshee attack? We could absolutely see that. Hood of Cunning. So pretty equal drops, at least from the red camps. LabyRinth's going to waste no time and actually going to steal the lab. Both players, in fact, are going to steal the lab.
Okay, who's faster here? And who gets the better items? A Mana Stone here would be great, but it's only a health stone. The Mana Stone on the other side tips the scale even further. And yeah, I agree. We will probably get a turtley game. But this favors Happy, doesn't it? That's his comfort zone. Oh my god! What does LabyRinth do to the gods of RNG? Mana Stone, big mana potion.
Very unfortunate for LabyRinth, but of course, if there's good silences, if there's good hero focus, sometimes you don't even get the chance to use all that mana. So one good fight over a long period of time, of course, if both those items can be utilized in different fights. Happy's going to pull massively ahead, but there's always opportunity for LabyRinth to make the fight shorter than that amount of mana would be advantaged in. And now, 47 versus 48, map nearly crept out. 3 camps left, 1 for the side of LabyRinth.
And then what? LabyRinth, you showed us your aggression. Almost thinking that you got rabies as wild as the series was. Can you be patient as well? Can you sit like an X-Lord and make the right decisions? Upgrades. 1-0 for Happy. Web is ready. LabyRinth trying to catch up still. He's going for the next aggressive move. Happy has a TP again. Heal scroll on the Russian side. Double, triple invul on LabyRinth's side. That's his biggest advantage.
Yeah, Happy gets 4-3-3 though, nearly. And Town Portals traded. 1 ghoul dies. And LabyRinth goes back home. LabyRinth needs to get that bottom right. He cannot allow Happy to get that one more camp, and Happy's beelining it right now for that.
100%. And LabyRinth has the wrong read, I guess. Maybe he goes to the shop again, but no. Everything is empty on the upper left-hand side.
Yeah.
This is not good, but very good is the 10 euro donation by Jay Salarags. Didn't expect much from the finals, but man, is Labby Boy delivering. True.
So Happy's going to get the bottom right here, and he's going to get level 4-4-3. LabyRinth's going to be stuck on level 2 Dark Ranger, and going to be lacking an aura level, and also a potential pendant of energy. And Happy gets, okay, Crystal Ball. At least the items don't make the difference for LabyRinth, but he's going to go and force another Town Portal. But neither player breaking upkeep just yet. Happy just getting upgrades. No Banshee tech yet for either, though.
Yeah, we just go into attack and defense upgrades. Happy is always one step ahead. Has a statue in the base. Interesting. No snipe, though. TP traded again. Both, of course, show their armies. No losses, just a bit of damage. No expansions. Now we got a stalemate. Map is empty. Oh, Labby, did he portal himself in?
Yeah, a little bit stuck. He's got 70 supply ziggurats. He's going to just chop the trees. He's plenty of ghouls, and I mean, they're both going to be sitting in their bases for a while anyway.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. There's also 2 shops, so it's not losing him map or shop control. But Happy, Destromorph, is it time?
Both have broken upkeep now. Yeah, strange time to break upkeep, but yeah, LabyRinth isn't one to build a lot of towers in his base. He doesn't have a Nerubian like Happy does most of the time, and if Happy comes forward, I mean, this actually is going to affect LabyRinth that he's stuck right now.
Yeah. Okay, but the levels favor Happy. The supply favors Happy. The items favor Happy. LabyRinth, what's the argument for you?
He's got to get out. He's going to lose the shop. It might just be better to unsummon a Ziggurat at this point. He can't be fumbling around right now.
Yeah.
He needs to get in position. Okay, Happy just going to kill the shop and back away. Both 60 supply. LabyRinth, okay, has time to consolidate. Needs to rebuild that shop, but we're still at an even game. Just Happy, of course, hero level advantage.
Can LabyRinth catch up in upgrades? I'm not sure. Very low on gold. At least supply is even... What do you do now? Is there... Usually, the LabyRinth play now would be a sneaky expansion.
Yeah. Or to
But
just
how?
chain more of a ton of destroyers and hope Happy gives him a fight. 65 or 65 could be the final fight of the tournament.
All right, who becomes the W3Champions King? DK in trouble. LabyRinth doesn't want to take this fight yet. There is a lot of healing, though. Statue being sniped by Happy immediately. Fiend in trouble. There was a massive Nova. Silence. Here's the kill. Where does this go? 10 supply lead. Emperor on the throne. One hand on the trophy. Can he go all the way? Fiends keep falling. Supply gap narrowing. LabyRinth in a bit of trouble with the DK, but there was a potion. Ghouls hurt everywhere, and LabyRinth weathered the storm, closes the supply gap, kills a bunch of fiends, and the Destro, and another one! LabyRinth ties the game up! What the hell?
LabyRinth wins the fight. I can't believe that you mentioned it during the fight. I mean, Happy was above like 12 supply, something like that, and then yeah, he who runs away in Undead Mirror tends to lose a lot of supply because the web on the destroyers would have been wiser to maybe down portal for Happy. And now LabyRinth is ahead in this game, 50 versus 50. But LabyRinth pressing forward. Needs to not overstay his welcome, though. But triple push and vulnerability. What he is lacking, LabyRinth, at Town Portal.
Yeah, Town Portal and mana potions, of course. He wants this feed. This time the call arrives in time. DK has no healing anymore. Gotta be careful. Invo potion is here, and maybe for once the rings did something good. Happy threw a lot of damage onto that DK, but he is at 10.5 armor. And of course, the big mana stone was there as well. Maybe a mistake. Maybe didn't check the inventory. And that was, of course, an opening then to LabyRinth with perfect silences and perfect execution. This guy is not fooling around. Expo upper left-hand side. Is it working?
Yeah, very, very sneaky. And Happy sold the greater mana and used the mana stone. So
Ooh, wow.
LabyRinth has weathered that storm. And LabyRinth is scouting for an expansion of Happy. Happy 56, LabyRinth 56, but with a gold mine. That is the advantage that LabyRinth got for winning that fight. He got the gold mine, and he also forced the items, the mana items. So LabyRinth may not seem that ahead in supply after winning that fight, but he has gotten an advantage.
There's still a defense upgrade. But does LabyRinth even need that defense upgrade? He got that devotion aura. 4 Invo potion versus 1.
Destroyers have to be careful. If Happy gets his destroyers webbed out of position and the fight is forced, he might be losing this game. But 62 supply. Lich, by the way, not close to level 5 for either player. That would be the next big level up. Or also level 3 Dark Ranger for LabyRinth.
Yes.
Going to be a huge find for him. And one more kill. Happy backs away, but does not back away to that upper left. Not going to find that expo just yet.
You gotta expect this at this point from LabyRinth, don't you? Happy for once with the scouting game, not on point. Where's the intel? Where are the roaming skeletons? Where's the shade? Wasn't able to afford it. Lot of armies still back in the base. Didn't want to expose it too much. Falling back now, but if he falls back, that's good for LabyRinth. Expose up.
65 versus 58. And LabyRinth needs a little bit of time. Happy, if he finds a fight right now, this would be the perfect timing. He is pulling the ghouls. He's pulling everything. He's got one ghoul back at home.
LabyRinth
Waiting for
checks.
something. Heal scroll. There it is. Happy's ready to go. This is a perfect time for Happy. But LabyRinth, does he have a town portal? If only LabyRinth had a TP, he could just dive into the base.
He doesn't. Is he still doing it though?
Destroyers need to be careful. If LabyRinth gets destroyers webbed out of position, can't take the fight, that's 15 supply gone. So LabyRinth does buy a lot of time. Happy now chain morphing. This worked out for LabyRinth in the previous fight.
An electrifying series might come to an end soon. 2-2 upgrades for Happy. Still only 2-1 for LabyRinth. But this advantage gold advantage is slowly but steady paying off. LabyRinth trying to poke into the base, mustering up an attack. Happy has an idea, checks the high ground, sees the expo, but maybe LabyRinth can just trade. Happy has a TP. Who has the better calls now?
LabyRinth with no TP to get out, though, and Happy just going to town portal. He's going to kill at least 3 acolytes before TPing. Silence could land big, though. Where's the Silence of Destroyers? But immediately devoured, of course. One Fiend goes down. Another Fiend is traded. All the Destroyers are webbed. LabyRinth is forced into this fight.
Oh, what can he do? The Fiends are falling so rapidly, one after the next. He just extinguishes them. The Ghouls eat the Fiends alive. Destro's up in the air. Happy this time saves a lot better. Fiends are falling. Dark Ranger saved. More focus, more focus. There's Invo Potions, though. Happy is the overextending once again. There's a Fiend down. There's a Destro down. Invo Potion on the Lich, saves him once again. Where are the coils? We need them. Level 4, the Dark Ranger. Happy and LabyRinth both trading evenly around 50. Another Fiend falling, another statue up. We're down to only Destroyers here. Woohoo!
Only Destroyers as 1 Fiend is left. That means 1 web on the Destroyer of LabyRinth. Okay, Happy has 2 Fiends left over. 2 Potion of Vulnerability also gone. DK, no, but Lich needs to be careful as well. There's 1 more coil, but if you eat a Silence, Dark Ranger does get a coil. The Devourer is always there with this amount of Destroyers, but now LabyRinth is going to lose 10 supply in retreat, but he definitely needs to retreat. 34 now once the Destro dies against 49. Expo, 3 Acolytes still. LabyRinth can just barely catch up. Oh, Statue. Caught out with Morphs.
LabyRinth down to heroes and a Destro. Expo not resaturated. Happy's getting closer again. There was a moment in this fight where I thought that's it. LabyRinth got it, but Happy swings it around. Little bit of an overextension, maybe, except like not by 4 Invo Potions, by 1 TP instead. Expo down, has to be unsummoned, and Happy is back in the driving seat.
Yeah, I think if LabyRinth... Oh, Statue. You can't say the Statue. Okay. If LabyRinth buys the town portal, I think he's in a winning position, because then he can just actually take a proper fight as opposed to being caught out and being forced into a fight. But now, in proper fashion, we didn't want this for 7 games, but it's great to see it in the final game. We're getting to the gold mines running out, and we're getting to a super Destro-Mir stalemate situation. But Happy wants to avoid it at all costs. He's up by 10 supply, and he's denying any further Destros via killing the shop.
Exactly. But there's 2 statues queued. LabyRinth still at 600 gold. He can go back to 50. He still has the Invo Potion advantage for a straight-up fight. And no expansion after this. It's the Chain Morph. Just has to hold on for a little bit. You gotta hold on to the Slaughterhouse. You need the statues.
Does morph it.
That's it.
LabyRinth needs to kill these Fiends as well. If he can clean up the Fiends, we're going to be in a pretty even position, but there's 3 left and only 1 for LabyRinth.
But close, both close to 5. Happy gets it first. Nova 3 unlocked, but massive pressure. If there's a Silence and yet another nuke, this Lich might fall. There's the town portal, of course, to get out if things get dicey. Pressure on the DK. No Invo Potion on him anymore. Can he reach? So close, just barely on tippy toes, moving away, moves back in, and that was the miss micro that cost him the championship. Happy takes out the DK, no more healer, no more Lich, maybe no more hope, as there is nothing to save LabyRinth except these 7-second Invo Potions. He can't do the damage, he can't follow up. Lich bites the dust, and Happy, after losing 3 maps in a row, GG, well played, back to back to back. War3Champions winner. Surreal series. My heart almost gave out, but in the end, in the clutch moments, Happy is always there.
Yeah, you can't help but smile and applaud after that one. I mean, almost a reverse sweep. LabyRinth so close to winning every single game, I might add, in this series. Wins 3 of them, very close to winning the final one. I mean, just hats off to LabyRinth. Happy, of course, as always, the greatest player possibly of all time. Does secure it in the end, showing his quality there in the final game, making it work despite being on the back foot, almost getting a reverse sweep. But I mean, the story of this tournament is LabyRinth. Regardless of Happy winning it, it's LabyRinth all the way. Incredible performance by him.
So sick. I think it's like 2-3 a.m. in Korea now. A phenomenal performance. LabyRinth, the story exactly, but Happy losing 3 maps in a row, forced into map 7, having control the entire time, then losing one fight. He knows Expo is up against you. You know you can't lose fight against this monster that is LabyRinth, and then having the ability to clutch out the last fight when you know that your opponent has no TP and abusing that to the fullest. These guys displayed such a high level of Warcraft, of Undead Mirror, just phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, it just all comes down to, I think, LabyRinth probably not having the gold for that town portal, but if he had forced Happy to TP back home, he TPs, consolidates, pulls all the ghouls, gets some items from his shop, and then defends at the high ground with the Nerubian as expansion. Even if there's only 3 acolytes mining, I think LabyRinth really has a shot, because remember, he almost won that fight in Happy's base for the second time in this series. Remember, he won the game earlier in Happy's base, I think on Concealed Hill it was. So it was so close. Yeah, it was so close.
Imagine LabyRinth finds his momentum on Tidehunters and not only on Secret Valley, and gets the 2-1 and not the 0-3 against him. That might have switched the entire series. You called it, man. There were in every single map there were chances for LabyRinth to clutch it out, and I really hope that he's not disappearing. I really hope he gets the invites to all the other tournaments, to the TP Leagues, to the Doobie Cups, to the AWLs, to the WSBs. Invite this kid. We need to see more of him, because this guy is a freaking legend. Just like Kleine Schildpad, who is also a freaking legend and just donated 20 subs to the channel after donating $1,000 to the prize pool and after throwing like $300 onto the NA Cups that we run. Kleine Schildpad, thank you very much, but holy moly, a celebration of Warcraft here, as it should be.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have a new favorite player, definitely, after today. Honestly, he might be one of my new favorite players for sure. I mean, I kept talking about Soen at the start of the tournament, but I'm going to be talking about LabyRinth for the next few tournaments. Absolutely. I mean, let me just read through LabyRinth's run here. 2-1 versus Cini, 2-1 versus 15 Sway in the play-ins, and then loses to Happy in the quarterfinals there, and then goes to lower bracket, 2-0 versus Sock, 2-1 versus Colorful, 2-1 versus Focus, 3-2 versus Foggy, and then 3-4 versus Happy. I mean, do I need to say any more? Jesus, like what a unbelievable run! Like these are all top tier players. These are all top 15, top 12 players in the world easily that he's defeated.
Yeah, absolutely phenomenal. Like I don't know when we had a rising star like this. Maybe 15 Sway at WGL. Kaho last time W3Champions, but that was just top 3, not top 2. This is just unbelievable. Scuba, thank you for the sub. Half a year, man. Much love. There's also a contribution to the prize pool by Save Orcas, $3. Thank you, guys. Whew.
And then of course on the side of Happy, I mean, there's so many games thinking back to versus Focus. Those 2 games that Focus was nearly winning. Obviously, he defeated LabyRinth 2-0 quite easily, first of all, and then against Foggy playing a perfect game, and then Happy beating him when he only makes a couple of mistakes. Happy was close to losing a lot of these games, but I think the story for Happy is his ability to come back and his ability to capitalize on mistakes. Small mistakes from the best players in the world equals a win for Happy, and he did that versus Focus and Foggy, and then again against LabyRinth. He doesn't let you take an inch. He takes a mile afterwards. True
that. But maybe it's also hope for other players that this guy is mortal. Foggy took a map in a wonderful Night Elf versus Undead. LabyRinth here showing that you can do it in the matchup versus Orc. He had incredibly tight series versus Lin. He's dominant and he's the Emperor and he's probably the Emperor forever, but he is mortal and people can beat him. What?
Yes.
Being blessed by these Warcraft tournaments recently, it's just unreal. In the past month, we had Arcadia World Series, we had AWL, we had the Show Cups continue. We now have Doobie Cup, which are continuing tomorrow, by the way, with Happy versus Moon.
Yeah.
Sick.
Incredible.
Sick. Oh, man. Yeah. Good time to be a Warcraft fan. Good time to be a Warcraft commentator. Good time to be a platform where you can play Warcraft on, because without War3 Champions, none of these tournaments would be possible. Not the World Series, where they provided us with a LAN mode that is not usable with the vanilla Reforged. Not the War3 Champions Finals, obviously. That was the first tournament to connect all the regions. And since there's no support for netties anymore, all the Asian tournaments would not be possible without War3 Champions either. So if you want to support this project, if you want to keep the servers up and maybe throw the devs a beer, and of course the moderators as well, War3 Champions is there to stay. The team is phenomenal, such great lads, so much passion from all the coders and support team. Move over to Discord, send them a message, how amazing they are that they save Warcraft 3. Same, of course, on Twitter. If you want to support them financially, they're on Patreon. They have PayPal. You can throw them crypto as well with Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Litecoin, or the Chinese region. You can support them with Alipay and WeChat, respectively. And you can also help the team become even more awesome, or the platform even more awesome. They're looking for coders. If you can code JavaScript, C#, .NET, jQuery, Rust, TypeScript, or Node, there is definitely a job for you. And of course also graphic designers. Maybe if you want to hand over the socials or take over the socials, if you want to help moderating the plays, because unlike Battle.net where you click report and nothing happens, actual real people are reading through the reports, and there's a lot and it's daunting. So if you want to help out these fellas, feel free to do so. Carson, do you want to go through the ways to support the Back to Warcraft project if people like what they see and hear here?
Absolutely, absolutely. First and foremost, I would just like to say also to touch on the War3 Champions thing. Labyrinth's performance might not be possible if it weren't for the constant support on this platform, because remembering back to the other Grand Finals, Koreans actually had quite a bit higher ping, 30, 40, 50 MS higher than Labyrinth currently did. So the performance from the Koreans in this tournament is due to new servers and continued update to the servers. Labyrinth, very, very playable conditions for Korea versus Russia now. So that's a difference maker that will continue to improve as well. So we're going to have closer cross-continental competition as we get more and more servers. But yeah, the ways you can support us, of course, is you can go over to, as I'll type it in as well and read along with you guys, back to warcraft.com/support. There you can see a list of different ways. We have a Patreon, which you can subscribe, which there is coaching, there is replay analysis, there is sometimes fun game evenings, which I promise we'll get back into very soon. There is I promise, a podcast, which we'll get back into very soon. There is plenty of things there. There's also Twitch subs, which we got plenty of today. Shout out Client Chillpad. There's also, Jesus Christ, hold that thought, from JDoc, a 400 euro donation. Says, thanks for the games as always. Great tournament. Holy hell. Well, that's always a good way to support us. Jesus, thank you for that 400 euro donation. My God.
Holy moly.
Yeah, that's
what
that's
the
great.
Fuck, dude?
Thank you for that. Yeah, there's direct donations.
Yeah,
there's
perfect
YouTube,
timing.
YouTube membership. There's crypto credit card donations. You can buy our merch, which I was drinking from our Muddy Mug today. I was wearing my Back to Warcraft hoodie the other day. You can check those out. And of course, our beautiful sponsors, CORSAIR. They do peripherals, they do computer parts, they do chairs, they do lights, they do cameras, they do pretty much everything you need. Exclamation point CORSAIR in the chat. There is Holy Energy, exclamation point Holy in the chat if you want something before you game, a little bit more energy before you work out, something to boost you in the morning. You can check them out, exclamation point Holy, or also exclamation point Huel. That's HUEL in the chat if you want to replace your meal in the morning for something healthy that gives you everything you need. You can check out Huel. And of course, our sponsor for the month, Opera, which I believe is exclamation point Opera in the chat.
Correct.
Something like that. Opera GX, of course. A beautiful browser that Moist Critical also uses. So if Moist Critical uses it, you guys can use it too. Plenty of cool functionalities, and we get a little bit of money every time you download it. So please go check that out. It supports us a ton. But you guys have done, I think, enough for this weekend at least.
Is there ever enough? You guys boosted the prize pool to 4,612. That's a lot more than last time. Thank you so much. Yeah, you guys were awesome. Chat was awesome. We got a lot of new copy pastas, which I appreciate. Yeah, this was the first War3Champions tournament with the ping equalizer, and this is one of the coolest tools that we ever had. I hope with that tool we can lure in Hitman for next season. And yeah. Also, shout out to everybody working at Liquipedia. I'm pretty sure Stoka, Demon, all the other guys are still around and working on that. Every single map has to be typed in there by hand. So what they do is amazing. Warcraft 3 info, thank you for the replay section and for giving us the world ranking. If you want to learn the game, the gym Discord is the best thing for you. You got coaches there, you got super nice people, lots of memery going up there as well. You can get coaches like Armin VB, Side, and Carson, maybe? I know you have to pay for Carson. Carson is top tier. You have to go to the Patreon to get
I'm
Carson.
famous. I mean, come on, you gotta pay for me.
But man, it's such a cool environment. And Warcraft scene is pretty good. We were dead 715 times, but we're the cockroaches and we're here to stay. We're back tomorrow with the Doobie Engine of Wonders Cup. As we said, it's Moon versus Happy. And it's also Lin versus Chemico, which is also insane. Weekly Cup in the Americas region every Wednesday, in the European region every Friday. Sign up for that. And I'll take a break now, I guess. Carson, thank you very much for getting up at like 3 a.m. or not even sleeping and still owning and having the best calls all weekend. Appreciate you being by my side, mate.
Thank you, appreciate you. Well, it was a lot of fun. This is a great tournament, man. This is always a lot of fun to cast. So yeah, and we did ask the question at the beginning of the stream, because I said I'd probably get as many hours of sleep as Happy loses games, and it actually ended up being true. He lost 4 games, and I got 4 hours of sleep this weekend. Great.
Absolutely perfect. Guys, thank you very much. We're back with War3Champions finals next year. So grind the ladder and get into the top 16. And then we see each other here in the grand final. Bye bye. Neo out.